same or better insurance coverage. Visit CIGFlorida.com, Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda. CIGFlorida.com.
Hi, this is Dominic with Off-Phase Electric Service. Established for 3 generations, hey, we're your leader in electrical. Trusted with the maintenance contracts for Lee and Collier schools, specializing in Generac generators and clean solar energy with Generac power cell batteries. We've been called by other generator companies to service their breakdowns. You should trust us too. With hundreds of Generacs in stock, no supply chain delays here. From my family to yours, no compromise in your safety. Allphase-electric.com.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Poor Sam was a mess. Always itching, licking. His paws were soaking wet. He had bald spots on his back. DINOVITE.com. 2 weeks after he started Dynamite, I started seeing great improvements, and today 99% of his issues are non-existent.
Dynamite is nutrition.
Dynamite is the best thing you can do for your dog.
You won't believe how happy your dog will be.
I get my Dynamite from DINOVITE.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. But not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
My name is Dale Pazinski. I volunteer with United Way to help the homeless in my community learn computer skills and build a basic resume. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along. When there's nothing left that makes any sense. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
New worry in Ukraine. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Ammunition near Chernobyl could explode, with Ukraine demanding Russian forces occupying the site of a nuclear meltdown decades ago leave the area.
That dire warning around Chernobyl coming from Ukraine's Deputy Prime Minister Irina Vereshchuk, who is calling on the UN to declare a demilitarization zone around the former nuclear site.
Fox's Griff Jenkins in Lviv. Talks that were set to resume today in Istanbul did not happen. Russian and Ukrainian negotiators went back to their countries. The day after some reported progress, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky says,
Yes, we can call the signals we hear from the negotiating platform positive, but these signals do not drown out the blows of Russian shells.
A Zelensky advisor says Russia has moved some forces away from the capital Kyiv area to the east, like Russia said it would. To some skepticism, President Biden had said,
I don't read anything into it until I see what their actions are. We'll see if they follow through on what they're suggesting.
This as the UN says the number of Ukrainians who fled the fighting is now 4 million, most of them now refugees in Poland. The CDC has joined the FDA, greenlighting a second COVID vaccine booster shot for Americans 50 and older or those with compromised immune systems 4 months after their last shot. FDA Dr. Peter Marks says vaccine immunity does wane over time.
And older adults and those with weakened immune systems, even if they've received a booster, may be more likely to experience severe outcomes if they get COVID-19.
The number of COVID cases in the U.S. since the pandemic began has now topped 80 million in the Johns Hopkins tracker, with 978,000 deaths. After a record time in space, an American is coming back to Earth.
The Soyuz MS-19 begins the journey home.
That was on NASA TV when a Soyuz capsule undocked from the International Space Station. Now, next hour, astronaut Mark Vande Hei and 2 Russian cosmonauts will land in Kazakhstan. Vande Hei spent 355 days in space. America's listening to Fox News.
We're so glad you set your radio right here. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News, traffic.
If you're headed out on the roads in Collier County, not a lot to slow you down at this hour, but I am seeing some delays heading northbound just a little bit in the North Naples area on 41. Also, airport pulling north and southbound directions just below Golden Gate Parkway, seeing a little bit of a slowdown there. And then 75, only trouble spot I'm seeing as you head eastbound out towards Alligator Alley, passing that Club Naples RV Resort. Only spot I'm seeing overall, though, should be a smooth ride through Collier. No major incidents at this hour. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wertz, Wink News.
Wink Weather Authority.
Another day of record heat for your Wednesday. Highs will be climbing back into the upper 80s and lower 90s. Look for temperatures topping off near 91 under a mostly sunny sky. We see the breeze return for today as winds kick up out of the south and east at 10 to 20 miles per hour with some gusts of up to and over 25 miles per hour for today. With some very dry air at the surface, we also now have red flag warnings in effect where outdoor burning is not recommended for all of our inland areas of southwest Florida. We keep it dry as we head into your Wednesday evening. Wednesday Wednesday night. Thursday off to another mild start with a low near 71 degrees. We're back to 90 for your Thursday afternoon. The windy weather continues through your Thursday. Ahead of our next system that will bring us the return of some isolated rain and thunderstorms beginning Friday and continuing on into the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Need some inspiration? Don't look left. Look right. Here. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hey, we've got my friend Dave Meister on the phone, of course, with the Floor Meisters, the family-owned Floor Meisters in Naples. And Dave, listen, I know you got a lot of things going on. You're selling a lot of cord tech. That's great, but you got this 8,000 square foot showroom with a selection of carpet that is absolutely unbelievable as well. And the prices right now are pretty amazing. So I hear you got this whole thing going on with Dreamweaver carpet starting at, wait a minute, let me just get this right, at just $1.99 a square foot?
Yes, installed carpet pad and labor, $1.99.
And there's the phones ringing already. Look at that. They're getting excited.
Oh, yeah.
Dave, tell me more about what we've got here.
So we've got a big selection, and this is quite a carpet.
Listen, if you haven't been to the Floor Meisters, you really owe it to yourself to visit their store, 6281 Naples Boulevard, right next to Costco. Whether it's tile, laminate, hardwood, or, of course, carpet, they've got it all. So give them a call today, 239-596-4964, or on the web at floormeisters.com.
As a small business owner, your bottom line is always top of mind. So start saving by switching to Comcast Business Mobile. It's a mobile service designed for small business that can save you money with unlimited data for just $24 per line per month for 10 lines. Perfect for any small business looking to grow. Or you can pay by the gig. And with access to millions of Wi-Fi hotspots, you'll pay only for the data you need, with no line fees, activation costs, or term contracts. You can save up to $500 a year on your wireless bill, all on the most reliable 5G network. And it's only available to Comcast Business Internet customers. So boost your business's bottom line with a more reliable, more affordable mobile service by switching to Comcast Business Mobile today. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Comcast Business Mobile utilizes the network with the most RootMetrics 5G data reliability assessment wins in 2H 2021. Wi-Fi networks not tested. Results may vary. Award is not an endorsement.
You already know that Genesis produces some of the most luxurious cars and SUVs in the world. But did you know that Genesis of Naples is the world's #1 largest volume Genesis dealer? Hi, I'm Sheila Zellers, owner of Genesis of Naples, and we're #1 because we make sure you have a luxurious buying experience. Yes, my staff and I are honored to help our customers get into a new Genesis with our large volume of incoming inventory, like Motor Trend's 2022 SUV of the Year, the all-new GV70, or the hot midsize GV80, plus the G70, G80, G90 luxury sedans. Come see why the Genesis G80 ranked #1 in initial quality among upper midsize premium cars by J.D. Power. As the world's largest dealer, we receive the largest share incoming models. So let us help you reserve yours. We're taking pre-orders now, so come in and select your dream Genesis. Visit Genesis of Naples on Airport Road today.
Based on 2021 retail sales volume GMA. For JD Power 2021 U.S. award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
With PatriotSoftware.com, accounting and payroll, keep your time and money.
Mike Capel here, serial entrepreneur with words from another happy payroll customer.
My husband and I started a business together, and I had no idea where to start when it came to payroll. And a friend of mine recommended Patriot, and I have not looked back since. It was extremely user-friendly. I was actually able to understand it and run everything extremely well. And anytime I've had a question, they have been so quick to answer and help me. I definitely recommend it to anyone who is looking for a payroll software that is easy to use, user-friendly, and really offers everything that you need when it comes to something that's beneficial for your business.
Visit us at PatriotSoftware.com. Use promo code RADIO and get 2 months of payroll free. That's PatriotSoftware.com.
PatriotSoftware.com, accounting and payroll, keep your time and money.
If something's worth doing, it's worth doing right. There's a particular time of life this phrase couldn't be more appropriate. How can you know you'll live the retirement you've always imagined? After all, life can be so unpredictable. You've worked hard and saved, watch your accounts go up and down with the market. Your advisor says, don't worry, you'll be just fine, but you still don't feel confident. At TriFound Financial, we have a checklist to help you find out if you're on the right track for retirement. Take our checklist challenge. If you could check all the boxes on this list with confidence, you may be ready for retirement. If not, TriFound Financial can help you address any potential costly mistakes. For the complimentary checklist, go to retirewithtryfound.com/list. See if you've got it right. Take the checklist challenge today at retirewithtryfound.com/list. That's retirewithtryfound.com/list. Firm provides insurance services. Securities offered through TriFound Advisory, LLC. Investing involves risk.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and get ready. We are proud to welcome former White House press secretary, Newsmax TV host, and author of the new book, Radical Nation, Sean Spicer. He's going to be here live with us at the Silver Spot Cinema at Mercado in Naples on Wednesday, April 20th. What a great event. Every ticket is a VIP ticket. That's right, a meet and greet with Sean Spicer. Included with that is a signed copy of Sean's new book. Plus, you're going to get a photo and full access to Sean Spicer. Wednesday, April 20th. Starting at 5 p.m.
Check out 925foxnews.com for your details and purchase tickets right now.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do. And
thank you for giving us a voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic.
I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
All right, we got a lot of questions we need to have answered this morning. A lot of things that we're going to talk about that are going to make people a little uncomfortable, maybe even you. But I think it's fair that we have the conversation. I mean, people love having conversations about anything and everything, and we're always told by the left that we have to have conversations, especially when it comes to any kind of ist or obia, race and the like. And certainly we should have conversations. And then ultimately from those conversations, we need to have answers and results, not your feelings or like a truth, but the truth. You know how people love to do that. I believe that this is the truth. No. Just because you believe something is the truth doesn't make it so. So we're going to have some interesting conversations this morning. Some of them have to do with, again, the Florida parental rights and education bill that is being called something else, that people are just saying the most outrageous things that have to be dissected. And you just need to know that there are times when you're going to hear portions of the show today that you're going to say, I already know this. All right, we're going to do this again. Well, we have to, because it's not going to go away for the simple fact that the left right now in this country needs the next boogeyman. They need the next bad guy. They need not only the next bad guy on the Republican side, but they need to look at who is up next on the list of Republicans who may possibly run and win the presidency in 2024 and do everything they can to destroy him. 71% of the country says that the United States is heading in the wrong direction under Joe Biden. So that just tells you that when he says,
true international effort to pressure,
everybody's looking and saying, what? Now, that means that if you do the math, 29% of the country says it's heading in the right direction. I wonder what they're thinking. What kind of imagination do these individuals have? Well, it doesn't matter. Because the majority sees what, and they probably do as well. They just don't want to admit it because that means that Trump is back. And if Trump's back, then it's... Right, okay, calm down. So we'll get to that. Also, there was something that was said yesterday by the president's spokesperson, Kate Bedingfield. I don't call her spokeswoman. Other people are saying spokeswoman because we don't really know what a woman is. I mean, I'm not a biologist, so I can't really tell. So I think spokesperson, spokeshuman. I think spokeshuman would be probably better. It sounds like I'm joking, but we're on that road. We're on that road. Said something, a couple of things yesterday. Pretty important stuff. One is calling out the president, or maybe even suggesting that the president may have let a little cat out of the bag. And also about our border, our southern border. We talked about it yesterday. If you missed the interview with Spencer Raley of Federation for American Immigration Reform, and the crisis we still continue to have on the border, and it's only going to get worse. And wait till you hear some of what she said. That's going to be coming up. And yes, Disney is completely woke. How woke are they? Are they holding anything back? Are there any secrets now in Disney's whether it's at the parks or whether it's going to be TV shows or movies. Nope. It's all out in the open now. And Christopher Rufo, who's done amazing work exposing critical race theory, diversity, equity, and inclusion.
I'm here as a mother.
Hold on a second. I'm not ready for that. Okay. Christopher Rufo has a scoop. He writes for City Journal, and he is a fellow at the Manhattan Institute. He has found or was given some behind-the-scenes Disney corporate video, something that they call, what do they call it? They call it All Hands or something, where they're going to discuss what's happening in the future. And they started to talk about the implications of the Florida Parents' Rights and Education Bill, what everybody is wrongly identifying as the you-know-what-it-is. I don't even want to say the word because we're not allowed to say it in the state. You get it? Get it? Okay. What is that? I don't know why that keeps playing. It's very strange. Okay. And what they plan on doing next. And let's just say they're doubling and tripling and quadrupling down. Jake the millennial, had a moment where he walked into the room and heard me playing the audio that I'm going to be playing for you from Disney. And your reaction was palm firmly implanted in forehead. You were
kind of walked out.
Yeah, you did walk out. You're like, oh, okay, I don't want to hear this anymore. And, the reason why this is important is because, like I mentioned yesterday, look, we're all going to have very important decisions to make. A lot of things in life. There are moments where we have to stop and say, are we going to take a stand? Number one. Are we willing to change our life or lifestyle to take it away from some things that are convenient and do what's right? And it's not easy all the time, and it's not going to happen in every case. And then the third thing is to just suggest that, listen, don't be surprised when it happens because they're telling you it's going to happen. Don't be shocked when you start to see things in TV shows and movies and all of a sudden we have to do these moments where it's like, I can't believe it. You go onto Facebook or whatever. I don't believe it. My child had to be witness to this thing and I wasn't prepared for it. Well, don't say that anymore because you need to know that it's going to be happening. It's going to be doubling and tripling down on adding queerness to children's programming. How do I know? It's not my words. It's from Disney's All Hands meeting, and it is one person in particular who is a producer there at Disney who used those words exactly. That may mean nothing to you. That may not matter to you, and that's okay. Listen, it's your choice. I'm just telling you that it's out there and to just be ready for it, and we'll explain coming up. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. Thank you for watching and subscribing to the Rumble channel. We do appreciate that. Coming up on Friday, just a couple of more days away, this is going to be exciting. Not one, but 2 World War II veterans that just happened to be turning 100 on the same weekend here in Southwest Florida. That is rare. And so because it's so rare and because it's so amazing and because it is something that we should celebrate, something you should really celebrate, our true heroes, especially that they're living history right here in Southwest Florida. I hope that you'll show up at Oaks Farm Seed to Table on Friday. For some, it may be a little bit of a trek if you live in the Fort Myers, Estero, Bonita area, and it may be a little longer than you usually travel in the morning. I would ask humbly that maybe you would show up and be with us because we're going to kind of have a surprise birthday party for them. They're going to roll in about 8 o'clock. They'll be there. And if you get there a little earlier, we're just going to say happy birthday, kind of a surprise. We have some other things that are going on. So if you have maybe a group or organization, maybe you can just get together with others and pool down and just hang out with us. We would appreciate that. And really, let's celebrate our heroes. We've got Bill Workman and George Farisis both turning 100 years of age, and we are going to celebrate them as true heroes here in this country. World War II veterans turning 100 years of age. So it's at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road in Naples. So we hope you will be there. All right. There's so much to get into. There's so much. Matt Gaetz. I don't know how you feel about Matt Gaetz. I got to probably save this audio because there's so much. I'm looking at the time, and I want to be fair about this. Yeah, let's do that. I'll wait until the bottom of the hour. We won't go to break yet, Jake, but I'll wait till after 6:35. We'll play this Matt Gaetz audio. Matt Gaetz gets it on the record, the Hunter laptop. And what if I were to tell you that yesterday there was a meeting that was in the U.S. House Judiciary Committee where they were talking about cyber division, the FBI's cyber division, and all the concerns that we've been having and people have been talking about, right, with the next Russia cyber attack. We want companies to be ready. We're ready, the federal government. You guys need to be ready. Cyber attacks, this is going to be a big deal. What are we doing to strengthen our ability to fight back in the FBI cyber division? So Matt Gaetz asked an interesting question that you're going to hear the audio, and the exchange is quite shocking. What does the FBI's cyber division know about Hunter's laptop? Where is it? Wouldn't you like to know who's in possession of Hunter's laptop? I would. Matt Gaetz asked the same question yesterday of the assistant director of the FBI's cyber division. You would imagine the place to go that would be the authority on not only what we're going to do to fight back against cyber attacks, cyber division, it's in the name, but where something that could be used as compromise could compromise the president of the United States and could be dangerous to the future of this nation, what we understand and know is on that laptop. You would imagine they would know where it's at. Wait till you hear the answers. They may or may not surprise you, but the exchange is shocking. And I don't know what you think about Matt Gaetz. I don't know if you think Matt Gaetz is crazy. I don't know if you think he's awesome. He's a patriot. He's nuts. Doesn't matter. The exchange is incredible. So you'll get to hear that coming up in just a bit as well. Let me play some of this audio, though, before we do go to break. Because I did mention that the spokesperson for President Biden is Kate Bedingfield. She's filling in for Jen Psaki, who's is right now at the moment.
I'll circle back.
She's got to circle back because she's got her, for a second bout of COVID? Is that right? I mean, it's a good thing that we're all triple, quadruple boosted and shot up and everything else. And by the way, right, was it Pfizer, Moderna? We got the approval for a fourth booster. So does that change the dynamics of everything? So if you got the booster the first time, the first booster, you had the original shots and then the booster, and then that meant you were fully vaccinated. And then we had a second booster, which meant in order to be fully vaccinated, you had to have the first booster, and then a third booster, which meant you had to have a second booster in order to be considered. So now, in order to be fully vaccinated or considered fully vaccinated, because that fourth one is out there, you have to have the original shots and then 3 boosters. Is that how that works? Like, all the dynamics are changing on whether somebody is vaccinated. We're done. We're done. We're done. We're done with this. We already know. We already know about who's vulnerable and who isn't, who should get the shot and who shouldn't. If you want to do that, you do it. You want a mask on a plane? Go ahead, mask on a plane. But not everybody should be masking on a plane. Are we at that point yet? I mean, I think the American people are. But I did want to play just 2 clips from yesterday. Here's one that has to do with the parental rights and education bill and the thoughts of the President of the United States on this. Here it is.
After Florida Governor Ron DeSantis yesterday signed the state's parental rights and education legislation.
How nice that they call it the parental rights and education legislation. How nice that they actually call it what it is. That's nice.
Education Secretary Miguel Cardona said the administration would be monitoring its implementation to evaluate whether it violates federal civil rights law.
Wait. It violates federal civil rights laws. Boy, it sure would be nice to find out how a bill that is passed into law in the state of Florida that says you can't teach in curriculum, you can't teach pre-K, look it up, pre-K, the age of people that are in pre-K to 3rd grade, that you can't teach sex, sexual orientation, gender identity. We got to look and see if there's civil rights laws are being violated. Now, Do you trust that we're going to have courts that are going to look at this and go, oh, well, this is obvious. This isn't a violation. It doesn't say you can't speak about it. It doesn't say it doesn't say anything like you can't say the word gay. That would be ridiculous, especially if people were parroting that around the country, because it doesn't say that. Like, you're not that big a dummy that you would repeat. Yeah, well, okay. But that there's going to be some activist justice, see where I'm going with this, that are going to say, oh, there's an absolute violation, and we'll legislate from the bench instead of actually looking at what is the legislation and then deciding from there. But all right, let her go on.
From monitoring the Florida law, is there any other actions that the White House plans to take?
Oh, what actions is the White House going to take on this?
Well, both the president and Secretary Cardona spoke out very forcefully against the law. The president also put out a statement yesterday about the tragic impact of this kind of law on incredibly vulnerable population. And
excuse me? Wait. So her answer is what?
Put out a statement yesterday about the tragic impact of this kind of law on incredibly vulnerable population.
It's tragic and against a vulnerable population. How? What is she talking about? Okay, so there's that. But then there's this nugget, which is it's kind of important. And the reason why it's important is because there is quite the contradiction. Listen to this.
Just to follow up, I know you said just now you don't have any news on Title 42, which expires on Friday, at least the current use of it. When we were in Europe, the president announced that he's admitting 100,000 Ukrainian asylum seekers. They are exempt from Title 42. Why?
Okay. So let's remember what's happening here. They're asking about Title 42. That's a policy that allows the U.S., it happened during the era of COVID-19, to keep hundreds of thousands of immigrants in Mexico or deport them to their home countries before they have a chance to ask for asylum. Look, I know you're going to ask for asylum, but look, you can't stay here. You can't come into the country. We have the ability to turn around and deport you. And so that looks like it's going to be ended by this administration. The ability for authorities to turn away asylum seekers. But the person there, the reporter, is saying, well, hold on a second. You've got Ukrainians that are coming here. They're going to be allowed to seek asylum. You have people that are coming across the southern border who are not going to be able to seek asylum. They could be turned away. What's the difference? Listen to the answer. It's important.
So obviously we are looking at an extreme crisis in Ukraine. I think it is easy to look at the incredible volume of displacement and the duress that people are under in Ukraine, and understand that we need to make efforts to ensure that we are moving to get them to places that are safe.
Oh, wait a minute. This is an important distinction. Listen to that. So the White House, John Cooper from the Heritage Foundation brought up a great point.
Headed out on the roads
The White House has been trying to convince us for a year that millions of illegal aliens crossing the border qualify for asylum. She just undermined all of that rhetoric because when asked about Title 42 being applied to those crossing the southern border but not Ukrainian refugees, she said that they're being displaced by extreme crisis and duress. So by implication, she's saying illegals are not fleeing extreme crisis or being displaced. This is actually true, as a vast majority of those apprehended at the southern border don't qualify for asylum. But the Biden administration has spent a year arguing that every illegal alien qualifies for asylum. So why the change? Now they have to figure out how they're going to twist this all around, because how are you allowing these individuals to come in and say they're being displaced by a crisis, but these people aren't? Well, asylum seekers, it's an extreme crisis. How are they going to twist themselves? Here's what you need to know. Everybody's coming in. Doesn't matter. Everybody's coming in. They're not going to stop. They're just not going to stop. But the contradictions in this administration are so open and blatant. It's just disgusting. All right, 239-479-5592. We've got to take a break. I know. And when we come back, I'll have that Matt Gaetz audio. It's pretty stunning about Biden's Hunter's laptop. We'll have that coming up. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
5 Fox News. Right all along.
This Fox Business Report is presented by the Darda Real Estate Group at dardagroup.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
An energy expert at Gas Buddy says Americans may see the average price for gasoline drop to less than $4 a gallon in the coming weeks. The average yesterday, according to AAA, $4.24 a gallon. Vietnam's automaker VinFast says it will build its first U.S. factory near Raleigh, North Carolina. The plant will employ about 7,500 workers to make a new line of electric vehicles and EV batteries. Stocks rose as Ukraine and Russia appeared to make progress during ceasefire talks. The Dow added 338 points, the Nasdaq up 264, and Apple shares rose, pushing its market cap back near $3 trillion. In January, Apple became the first U.S. company to reach that level. I'm Carmen Roberts. That's your Fox Business Report, invested in you.
Are you ready to list your home for sale? What if you could receive a guaranteed offer on your home with no showings, no open houses, and no stress? Contact the Darda Group at dardagroup.com to learn about their guaranteed offer. The Darda Group has 30 years of experience and consistently ranks in the top 3% of real estate agents in Lee County. Find out if your home qualifies for a guaranteed offer and how you may receive an offer in as little as 24 hours and close escrow in as little as 21 days. No home prep, no showings, no open houses. You control when your home is sold and when you move. Learn more about this elite real estate team and the guaranteed offer at dardagroup.com. Don't wait. Schedule an appointment at dardagroup.com. That's dardagroup.com, a Compass Realty broker.
Discover thousands of dollars in new tax credits with Jackson Hewitt. Get a head start on your taxes. Schedule an appointment with one of their tax pros and learn more at jacksonhewitt.com.
Looking for a reputable HVAC service provider? 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating of Naples provides a high level of service and value to our clients. To learn more, visit 1hourairnaples.com or call 855-1HOUR.
Recently, a new client called me and started by saying, "Mr. Morgan, I really need your help, but I'm just a nobody." Those words stunned me, and I immediately called him back, and we're now helping him and his family after a terrible accident. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Everybody who comes to our firm at their time of need is a somebody. I grew up poor, but my grandmother was like a queen to us. At Morgan & Morgan, our goal is to level the playing field for you and your family at your time of need. The insurance company has unlimited money and resources. You need a firm who can fight them toe-to-toe. For right at 30 years, we have fought them in courtrooms throughout America. Our results speak for themselves. And always remember this, everybody is a somebody, and nobody is a nobody. Visit forthepeople.com to learn about our firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
The classic carnival game Whack-A-Mole's been around since 1976. 5 holes where moles pop up randomly. Your job? Nail them. Score points, stay in the game. Ever feel like investment and retirement planning is one gigantic game of Whack-A-Mole? Up pops market volatility, a virus, a war. It goes on, and frankly, it can be a little exhausting. Tired of playing Whack-A-Mole on the way to retirement? It's time to put Annex Wealth Management on your side. Our fee-only fiduciary team is made up of CFAs, CFPs, attorneys, CPAs, and even a PhD. And every one of those professionals works on behalf of our clients. It's time for Wealth Metric. More than a portfolio review, Wealth Metric addresses your investment, retirement, and tax plan to help achieve the retirement you desire. Powered by the strength of the Annex team and our state-of-the-art technology, Wealth Metric is another way to know the difference. Visit AnnexWealth.com and click the Get Started button. We're ready for you. Know the difference. Annex Wealth Management.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and get ready. We are proud to welcome former White House Press Secretary, Newsmax TV host, and author of the new book, Radical Nation, Sean Spicer. He's going to be here live with us at the Silver Spot Cinema at Mercado in Naples on Wednesday, April 20th. What a great event. Every ticket is a VIP ticket. That's right, a meet and greet with Sean Spicer. Included with that is a signed copy of Sean's new book. Plus, you're going to get a photo and full access to Sean Spicer. Wednesday, April 20th, starting at 5 p.m.
Check out 925foxnews.com for your details to purchase tickets right now.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and get ready because it's time once again. This Friday, Oaks Farm Seed to Table, we do our first Friday live broadcast, and we love being out there and love seeing you there for the show, 6 to 9 a.m. They open up an hour earlier so that you can come in and enjoy some great breakfast and so much more. Maybe do some shopping while you're there as well. And you know how awesome Seed to Table is and what a great place it is to shop. We hope to see you there. Oaks Farm Seed to Table, our first Friday broadcast, 6 to 9 a.m. at the corner of Immokalee and Livingston Road in Naples. Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
Wink News, traffic.
If you're headed out on the roads in Collier County, not a lot to slow you down at this hour, but I am seeing some delays heading northbound just a little bit in the North Naples area on 41. Also, airport pulling north and southbound directions just below Golden Gate Parkway, seeing a little bit of a slowdown there. And then 75, only trouble spot I'm seeing as you head eastbound out towards Alligator Alley, passing that Club Naples RV Resort. Only spot I'm seeing overall, though, should be a smooth ride through Collier. No major incidents at this hour. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wertz, Wink News.
Wink Weather Authority.
Another day of record heat for your Wednesday. Highs will be climbing back into the upper 80s and lower 90s. Look for temperatures topping off near 91 under a mostly sunny sky. We see the breeze return for today as winds kick up out of the south and east at 10 to 20 miles per hour with some gusts of up to and over 25 miles per hour for today. With some very dry air at the surface, we also now have red flag warnings in effect where outdoor burning is not recommended for all of our inland areas of southwest Florida. We keep it dry as we head into your Wednesday evening, Wednesday night, Thursday off to another mild start with a low near 71 degrees. We're back to 90 for your Thursday afternoon. The windy weather continues through your Thursday. Ahead of our next system that will bring us the return of some isolated rain and thunderstorms beginning Friday and continuing on into the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
It's all right here at 92.5 Fox News. We've been right all along.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. Our team is expanding as we grow, and we're looking for a few good people. We're taking applications right now for air conditioning installers, air conditioning helpers, the service mechanic department, our sales team, and we have a few spots open in our apprentice program, where we will take a novice person with no training, put them with a supervisor for a 6-month training program. This will require a commitment to the company. So if you feel you could be one of the best, apply in person at 4697 Elevation Way in Fort Myers. We're just off Martin Luther King Boulevard in the Benchmark Industrial Park. You can call us at 239-482-1542 for directions. If you want to be one of the best, come join us at Kobe Cooling. License CACO 57313.
Lusk, Drasites, and Telesano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk, Drasites, and Telesano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit LDTlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk, Drasites, and Telesano. LDTlaw.com.
Rockstar Harley has secured 0% APR financing on all new Harley-Davidsons this week. Rockstar Harley has over 300 Harleys on site, ready for immediate delivery. Finance experts on site to help get you approved. 0% APR on all new Harleys this week at Rockstar Harley. Approved credit and Sunday.
Almost half of all cyber attacks target small businesses. So get Comcast Business Security Edge on the largest, fastest, reliable network with speeds up to 10 gigs to the most small businesses. Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Comcast Business Internet required. Other restrictions apply.
Are you one of the millions of homeowners who haven't refinanced yet? If so, I'm here to tell you it's not too late. Hi, I'm Wesley Hogan with Westland Financial. Although the lowest rates may be in our rearview mirror, as the economy recovers from the biggest economic shock of our lifetime, rates still remain near historic lows. In fact, with the dramatic increase in home values, this may be the perfect time to put that new home equity to work. Take advantage of our cash-out refi program and pay off high-rate credit cards, car loans, or other high-interest rate debt. Or finally make those home improvements you put on hold for so long. Best of all, we can do this with no closing costs. That's right, whether it's a conventional, FHA, or VA loan, we'll pay for your title, settlement, lender, and recording fees. So call Westland at 888-455-3669. That's 888-455-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. 888-455-3669.
NMLS number 3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the Drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along. This is Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Some business news. FedEx just announced that after more than 50 years, its founder and CEO is stepping down. Yep, on his last day, he'll be driven home and then thrown onto his front lawn.
That's actually funny. Can we not agree that that's funny? That's typically, yeah, but it doesn't really go on the lawn. Does anybody? You don't get a box that ends up on your lawn. It always ends up at your front door, right? If you get a box from FedEx or Amazon or whatever, it doesn't end up on somebody. It's not on somebody's lawn. It's always at your front door.
Yeah, not always.
Not always. If they're just, what kind of FedEx drivers do you have? They're just like pushing stuff out the side door. Here you go. Come get it.
Well, they just put my $1,000 phone right by my, like on my steps.
Yeah.
Didn't sign for it. They just left it there.
Speaking of which, listen to this here.
Here's this doorbell. Because seriously, if not, I'm going to have to start slamming on the door. I'm not okay with that. No, you know what? I'm not okay with that.
Whoa. So there's a woman that didn't like that the neighbor had the doorbell cam. You know, everybody's got these doorbell cams now. And the doorbell cams are so good that sometimes when they're close to the street, you can see people walking down the street. And so she doesn't like the fact that every time she walks in front of the person's house, they can see her. So she's upset about it, and she walked up and she ripped it off the mount. Are you kidding? Why do you care if somebody's got a shot of you walking down? What are you doing walking down the street that you don't want somebody to see you? I mean, does anybody ever worry about that kind of thing? That seems odd, but then again, people have lost their minds, right? We were talking about that a little earlier, just how it feels like even the smallest things, like if it could be dinner time and who's making a better meal at dinner time, right, Jake? Do you want to go there? You want me to go? Do you want me to talk about things live on the radio, or just tell me to pass? I got lots to talk about.
I don't care.
No, I do.
She's not listening.
No, that's not nice. But we are streaming, and you can always go back to our Rumble channel and actually watch, so we don't want to do that. Let's just put it this way. Jake's not convinced that the person that always says they're the best cook in the house is always the best cook in the house because they can't separate spices or something like that.
Something like that.
Okay, we'll leave it there. All right. Speaking of spicy and speaking of things that are crazy, first of all, spicy, Sean Spicer will be here in Southwest Florida. Sean Spicer, get your tickets right now. You can text the word Spicer, S-P-I-C-E-R, Spicer to 239-479-5592. If you do that right now, you'll get a link to get your tickets. Sean Spicer right here in Southwest Florida on Wednesday, April 20th at Silver Spot Cinema in Naples. It starts at 4:30 p.m., and every ticket is a VIP ticket. Every ticket is a meet and greet. Every ticket holder will get a book autographed and a picture with Sean Spicer, so that is awesome. So go ahead and text the word Spicer to 239-479-5592, or go ahead and go to rightallalong.net, and right there's a link. Sean Spicer here in Southwest Florida, Wednesday, April 20th. Get your tickets now. All right, Matt Gaetz. Doesn't matter what you think about him. Does not matter at all. One thing you cannot deny when it comes to Matt Gaetz is he's good. He's really good. When it comes to especially questioning those at House Judiciary Committee hearings like he did on Tuesday, and was able to enter into the congressional record. A very big deal, everybody. Hunter's laptop. Where is it? Does anybody even know? So we have the assistant director of the FBI's cyber division, who is there on Capitol Hill, wants to let everybody know about our security and the concerns about Russia and cyber hacks and other countries and what we're doing, and probably, hey, we need some more money on this side of the ledger, and make sure you fund us because we've got your back, and we're doing all of these things to protect the American people. Cyber, it's really important. So Matt Gaetz asks a simple question. Where's Hunter's laptop? I mean, you guys have it, right? You know where it is, right? This is kind of important.
So where is it? The laptop.
Sir, I'm not here to talk about the laptop. I'm here to talk about the FBI cyber program.
You are the assistant director of FBI cyber. I want to know where Hunter Biden's laptop is. Where is it?
Sir, I don't know that answer.
That is astonishing to me. Has FBI cyber assessed whether or not Hunter Biden's laptop could be a point of vulnerability, allowing America's enemies to hurt our country?
Sir, the FBI cyber program is based off of what's codified in Title 18, Title 18, Section 1030, a code which talks about computer intrusions, right, using nefarious intent.
Well, you've talked about passwords here. I mean, Hunter Biden's password on his laptop was Hunter02. He drops it off at a repair store. I'm holding the receipt from Max Computer Repair, where in December 2019, they turned over this laptop to the FBI. And what now you're telling me right here is that as the assistant director of FBI cyber, you don't know where this is after it was turned over to you 3 years ago.
Yes, sir, that's an accurate statement.
How are Americans supposed to trust that you can protect us from the next colonial pipeline if it seems that you can't locate a laptop that was given to you 3 years ago from the first family, potentially creating vulnerabilities for our country?
He's right. He's right. The president's son faces federal investigations into his financial and foreign business affairs. I mean, it's getting pretty deep. As a matter of fact, we have a few people, Chuck Grassley and Ron Johnson, both senators, one from Iowa, one from Wisconsin, taking to the floor of Congress to lay out the considerable financial connections that they found between Hunter Biden and oligarchs connected to foreign governments, including Ukraine and China. And oh, by the way, something for the big guy. Much of the focus was on a Chinese government-linked company called CEFC Energy, whose since imprisoned energy tycoon leader was linked to the Chinese military. And the money's going through the Bidens. There's some big things here that we'd like to know about. And apparently the FBI cyber division has no clue where the laptop is and doesn't want to talk about its contents.
But that is shocking that you wouldn't, as the assistant director of cyber, know whether or not there are international business deals, kickbacks, shakedowns that are on this laptop that would make the first family suspect to some sort of compromise. Mr. Assistant Director, have you assessed whether or not the first family is compromised as a result of the Hunter Biden laptop?
And believe me, people have seen Hunter Biden's laptop and have seen the information on the laptop, and they know that the Biden family is compromised. Some people might say that, man, I'll tell you what, if somebody's compromised and you wanted to go and invade a country, you might do it knowing that you're not going to say squatola. You're not going to say nothing about what we're doing because, hey, we might have something on you. Do you see where I'm going here? There's some people that are saying that.
Sir, as a representative of the FBI cyber program, it is not in the realm of my responsibilities to deal with the questions that you're asking me.
Has anyone at FBI cyber been asked to make assessments whether or not the laptop creates a point of vulnerability?
Sir, we have multiple lines of investigative response.
You're getting the idea that they're not looking into it. They don't want to know anything about it. They're claiming they're not even sure where it is. Somebody has it. Don't worry about it. We have it, but we just can't tell you. I can't tell you. I didn't come here to answer these questions. You would imagine that question's going to come up. Of course he knew that. And you would imagine you would know after all this time, Hunter's laptop has been in the news, and it's in the news right now, and you would imagine he would know. He does. So why doesn't he say it?
So you don't have it, you don't know who has it, you don't know where it is, you're the assistant director. You know, earlier you talked about whether or not you were the Grant Hill or the Christian Laettner. It sounds like you're the Chris Webber trying to call a timeout when you don't have one.
That's a great analogy.
So I mean, who is it? Do you even know who has it? Do you know who we should put in that chair to ask these questions to?
No, sir, I don't know who has it.
Surprised? Probably not. Shocked? Maybe you're not, but you should be. So again, just to go back, this is at a committee yesterday, a House Judiciary Committee hearing. The FBI's assistant director of the FBI Cyber Division, wants to let everybody know that there's nothing to see here. Everything is fine when it comes to cyber attacks. We're ready. We understand the threats, and you can trust us that we are going to protect the nation from any cyber attack that comes from any place across the globe. And let me lay out how we're going to do this. And, we could probably use some funding, and no problem. Matt Gaetz says, hey, let's ask this, because we all know that there's some stuff on the laptop that could be used as compromise. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get to some audio. Remember, he has it in his hand. Matt Gaetz has a copy of the hard drive in his hand at the committee hearing. They've got it. He knows full well what's on it, and so do a lot of other people. So in explaining that nothing to worry about, we're going to be safe, Matt Gaetz is like, safe? You can't even tell me where Hunter's laptop is, or whether or not the contents on the laptop that everybody knows about is or could be used as compromise. And the fact that there's shady business dealings going on where the Bidens are getting awfully rich. And it's almost like money laundering. You've got deals with China and Ukraine. Hello, we got problems here.
Is worthy, Chairman. I seek unanimous. If there are business deals, if there are references to things that could harm our country, like you can't even sit here right now and say that you know that there's not a point of vulnerability. Maybe there are other crimes, maybe there are tax issues or whatever, but as it relates to is the first family sufficient cyber infrastructure to protect? You don't even know if they're compromised. Tell you what, Mr. Chairman, I seek unanimous consent to enter into the record of this committee.
Now listen to this. This is Matt Gaetz turning to Jerry Nadler, so you can imagine where this is going, and listen to what he says.
I seek unanimous consent to enter into the record of this committee the contents of Hunter Biden's laptop, which I'm in possession of.
I'm not.
There's no objection to that.
So I can't say no objection.
I've never had.
I will object pending further investigation.
And what's the basis of that objection?
It's a unanimous consent request, and I object pending.
Very well, I have a subsequent question. Mr. Chairman, I seek unanimous consent to enter into the record the receipt.
It may very well be
from the Mac shop.
It may very well be entered into the record after we look at it further.
Very well, Mr. Chairman, I have a subsequent unanimous consent.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Mr. Chairman, I seek unanimous consent to enter into the record the receipt from the Department of Justice.
Mr. Chairman, this is Ms.
to the
Deming.
Mac shop.
Am I next? Or...
Okay, so then Val Demings comes in and says, hey, am I next? So let's break this party up. There you go. So the laptop and the hard drive that were left at a Delaware repair shop in 2019, where the owner of that repair shop is being doxxed out of business, and you can imagine the kind of death threats that he's getting and otherwise. I mean, it's just ugly. It's awful. It's horrific. Never came to retrieve it. The FBI picks it up. A copy is given to Rudy Giuliani, then a Trump attorney, shares copies of its contents with Republicans and conservative news outlets to say, we got a big problem here. This is really bad. And if the FBI is grabbing it and it was dropped off at a repair shop, some other people will have it as well. Don't think that they don't. China, Ukraine, Russia. And then the Post talks about what has been found on the laptop, only to have social media outlets shut the New York Post down and anybody else that would want to have answers to this, because it's our national security at stake here. And, may I say, compromise for the President of the United States and his safety and security and their family. But just ignore that part. And the FBI Cyber Division has no idea what a laptop is. And Matt Gaetz is like, I got the hard drive. I got this receipt. I want this on the congressional record. And there it is. So will Republicans do something, anything, if the polls are right and everybody's talking it up, that it's going to be an unbelievable red wave in 2022, will they do anything to put committees together to start to expose and show what is happening, if for no other reason to protect the first family and the United States? How about that, all you big leftists out there? You want to do that? If that exists and Hunter Biden made some mistakes by doing silly things because he was all, well, you know how he was, and put this out there and wasn't thinking, and there's information that's on there and it has to do with things that, okay, that's right, because if it goes against the Bidens and it shows something so corrupt and it shows something that many people already know that is in existence, and then shouldn't we lock this down and shouldn't we do something about this so that it doesn't put in peril the United States of America? That would be you. Just a thought. Unbelievable stuff. All right, 239-479-5592. We're going to go to break. When we come back, a big Friday coming up, our first Friday at Oaks Farm Seed to Table. I'll explain what's going on in just a bit. Also, Brian Hammond, Lee County Commissioner, at 7:35 will join us. We'll talk about some local issues. And, it is the Florida Parents' Rights and Education Bill back in the news again. You know, the don't say, can't say it, don't say, I won't say it, bill. And some pretty shocking audio from one huge woke company that everybody knows. We'll have that coming up, too. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
Whether you're commuting to the office or driving to the beach, always stay to the right with 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Does market turbulence and economic turmoil have you worried about your retirement nest egg? I'm Alfie Townsend. Learn how to navigate these uncertain times. Tune in to Saving the Investor radio show every Saturday at 9 a.m. or visit us at savingtheinvestor.com.
And host of the Wellness Hour on 92.5 Fox News for nearly 20 years. And let's face it, many of us are really stressed right now, and that is creating an increase in the number of folks who are dealing with neck pain, headaches, tension across the upper mid-back, anxiety and nervousness. And if you haven't experienced the release of tension that a chiropractic adjustment can produce within your nervous system, go to thrivenaples.com. That's Thrive, Thrive, Naples.com for a special offer. That's thrivenaples.com.
Ever purchased an online item and either it doesn't fit, has missing parts, or became damaged? Trying to save a few bucks can end up costing more. My Shower Door is a locally owned and operated family business that measures, manufactures, and installs our own brand of frameless shower doors right here in Southwest Florida. And we were just named Lee County's Manufacturer of the Year. With almost 80,000 shower doors installed, we have the experience and expertise. Plus, estimates are always free. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdoor.com.
With the market and unemployment rates bouncing up and down, many of us have found ourselves with some important decisions to make regarding our 401k plans. If you don't work there, should your money stay there? For those nearing retirement age, this decision could be critical to your retirement. Bob Grace has worked with many families with these types of decisions and understands your dilemma. Taxes are at historic lows right now. Bob can show you options for your 401k that could save you on taxes down the road. Call Bob and his team today and schedule your complimentary 401k review at 239-249-8888. Bob Grace is ready to assist you. Call today for your complimentary 401k retirement review, 239-249-8888. Again, that's 239-249-8888. The firm offers insurance services and cannot provide tax advice. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal.
Hi, I'm Stuart Duncan here at Duncan's Diamonds. Did you know that people drive from all over Southwest Florida to save money on diamonds? We have thousands of diamonds in all shapes, all sizes, half carat to 10 carat. Here's Sherilyn to tell you more.
Because we are direct diamond importers, we own one of the largest selections of amazing diamonds here in the United States. Duncan's Diamonds handpicks diamonds from diamond cutters all over the world to ensure you get the best. Also view one of the best previously enjoyed Rolex collections in Southwest Florida. The best selection of the best possible prices.
We want you to find that diamond or previously enjoyed Rolex that you really, really love and save. Come to Duncan's Diamonds today and leave confident you will receive the highest quality at the best possible price.
Duncan's Diamonds. 4 great locations: US 41, Gulf Coast Town Center, Naples at Mercado, and Port Charlotte Town Center.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. Ceiling fans are a great way for you and your family to keep cool, but sometimes they just don't work right. Well, don't get overheated. Call the pros. Trust the Mr. Sparky team of professional, clean, and friendly electricians. Call now for $77 off any repair.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Limitations and restrictions may apply. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in the respective state or county.
You'd think an Army veteran with a military career including multiple combat deployments throughout the Middle East would be a great American. And you'd be right. But Joe Vanderbosch also happens to be a great dentist. An Army veteran of 8 years, Dr. Joe now makes his home in Southwest Florida, where his wife Sarah grew up.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch, Freedom Dental on Metro Parkway in Fort Myers. In the Army, I received extra training in order to provide dental care in virtually any condition. That's why I can manage many dental treatments without the need to refer to a specialist. I served my country proudly for 8 years. Now I want to serve you in your dental needs. Special discounts for former and active military without dental insurance.
Dr. Vanderbosch provides emergency care and is now accepting new patients for cleaning, extractions, crowns, implants, and more. Find them online at freedomdentalfortmyers.com. That's freedomdentalfortmyers.com. Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch. Go to freedomdentalfortmyers.com.
Does 92.5 Fox News have a live stream? You bet. Go to rightallalong.net. Getting it right. All day and all night. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
It's now 4 million refugees. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's how many Ukrainians have fled the fighting in their country. Most have gone to Poland. Warsaw Mayor Rafał Trzaskowski told Fox.
We are at capacity. And of course, if there is escalation in Ukraine, if we have to deal with the second wave of refugees, the situation will become very, very difficult.
He wants more European countries to share the burden of housing them. And an advisor to Ukraine's president says Russian forces have pulled back some around the capital, moving toward the east, which Russia says it will be doing. However,
residents in Kyiv reported some of the heaviest shelling to date. And while Russian forces continue to pulverize the cities in the south and east, devastation in Mariupol, that city reduced to rubble. And in Mykolaiv, a rocket striking a government administration building, reportedly killing at least 14 and injuring 36 others.
Fox's Griff Jenkins in Lviv. It hasn't set up how much compensation to give African Americans over slavery in the U.S. past, but a task force in California has ended a debate about who to pay the reparations.
Should they include black immigrants who came to the U.S. in the 20th century? Maybe black people who have suffered from systemic racism. Ultimately, the task force has decided those in the U.S. after the 19th century didn't share the trauma of people who'd been enslaved.
Fox's Jill Nato. A part of a Pennsylvania highway reopened early this morning on Interstate 81, days after a snow squall led to a series of car crashes. At least 3 people were killed. Also overnight, way up over our heads.
Undocking confirmed.
We confirm again.
That was on NASA TV when astronaut Mark Vande Hei started his journey home in a Soyuz with 2 Russian cosmonauts. He set an American record, spending 355 days in space. They're now going through the Earth's atmosphere, scheduled to land in Kazakhstan in about a half hour. America's listening to Fox News.
This Fox News update is presented by Freedom Dental of Fort Myers. Online at freedomdentalftmyers.com.
Wink News, traffic.
If you're headed out on the roads in Collier County, not a lot to slow you down at this hour, but I am seeing some delays heading northbound just a little bit in the North Naples area on 41. Also, airport pulling north and southbound directions just below Golden Gate Parkway, seeing a little bit of a slowdown there. And then 75, only trouble spot I'm seeing as you head eastbound out towards Alligator Alley, passing that Club Naples RV Resort. Only spot I'm seeing overall, though, should be a smooth ride through Collier. No major incidents at this hour. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wertz, Wink News.
Wink Weather Authority.
Another day of record heat for your Wednesday. Highs will be climbing back into the upper 80s and lower 90s. Look for temperatures topping off near 91 under a mostly sunny sky. We see the breeze return for today as winds kick up out of the south and east at 10 to 20 miles per hour with some gusts of up to and over 25 miles per hour for today. With some very dry air at the surface, we also now have red flag warnings in effect where outdoor burning is not recommended for all of our inland areas of southwest Florida. We keep it dry as we head into your Wednesday evening, Wednesday night, Thursday off to another mild start with a low near 71 degrees. We're back to 90 for your Thursday afternoon. The windy weather continues through your Thursday. Ahead of our next system that will bring us the return of some isolated rain and thunderstorms beginning Friday and continuing on into the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Eating dinner in your underwear?
Hey, put some clothes on.
Taking cold showers every hour? Or pitching a tent in front of your refrigerator to stay cool. These are things you can do to beat the heat in your home. Or get a $49 preseason tune-up with no breakdown guarantee.
I love Cool Today.
Call it today, cool today. Visit cooltoday.com.
Trey Riegel, your host of The Drive here. So I wore glasses since I was, probably in 5th grade. And it was only a few years ago that I went to Dr. France and his team at France Eye Care to have the LASIK procedure. Look, it's life-changing. When I would read without my glasses or contacts in, I would have to hold a magazine or my phone probably about 2 inches from my face. I was blind. I wake up now, I can see the alarm clock. It's an amazing procedure. But listen, there's all sorts of other options that you can do today. LASIK, the SMILE procedure. Maybe you need a replaceable and reversible option like Visian ICL. The amazing team at France Eye Care will help you find your ideal vision solution that fits the lifestyle that you deserve to enjoy. Don't compromise when it comes to your eyes. Go to the experts. France Eye Care today. Just dial ** 2020 from your mobile phone and find out if you're a candidate and schedule your free LASIK screening.
Dial ** 2020. France Eye Care.
Yikes! $100? Paying that much is just a pain in the gas. Get to the gas payoff event at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral. Through Monday, buy a new Nissan and we'll pay for your fuel. Not just a tank, not just for a month, but for an entire year, your gas bill is on us. Plus, trade in your gas guzzler to a fuel-efficient new Nissan or a certified pre-owned Nissan. Sutherland Nissan has tons of models that get over 30 miles per gallon. As the #1 certified pre-owned dealer, you'll find the vehicle you're looking for and pay thousands less. And through Monday only, buy a new Nissan and pay $0 for gas for the next year. Save when you buy, save on the road, and save on gas. Don't miss the gas payoff event through Monday only at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car megastore. Online at flnissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much.
See dealer for details.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, Managing Partner and CEO of Key City Capital. So why are we here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
Call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com.
If you've been told you don't have enough room for a standby generator, you should call All-Phase Electric Service. As your Generac dealer, we can install clean solar energy with Generac power cell batteries. With our aging infrastructure and hurricane season ahead, now is the time to talk to All-Phase Electric about backup power sources from Generac. Established for 3 generations, no compromise in your safety. allphase-electric.com. That's allphase-electric.com.
Hey, it's Drew Steele talking about my friends at Amco of Bonita Springs, 992-2626. That's 992-2626. Whatever is going on with your vehicle, they will fix it and fix it right. They are a great conservative business. And I can tell you they have a great local reputation for doing good work. And they also have an awesome customer base. It's been established over the past 13 years. So give them a call at 239-992-2626 so you can arrange to meet with them. Let them know you heard about it right here on 92.5 Fox News. News and Drew Steele. By the way, talk about great conservatives. They've built the American Spirit Movement, a place where conservative consumers and businesses can connect in 5 critical areas. You know, you've got your vote, but you also have your wallet, the cash register, supporting conservative businesses. So go to the American Spirit Marketplace. You can keep conservative dollars in conservative pockets. Block by block, city by city, states by state. We're going to build this up. Go to the American Spirit Movement website at americanspiritmovement.com. It's more than a conservative movement. It's a conservative awakening.
Thank you for waking us all up out here. For all you do. And
thank you for giving us the voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic.
I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
So what would happen if we were to be given, I'm trying to think of the right word, the opportunity to vote for in 2024 Donald Trump or Joe Biden? How do you think it's going to go down? Well, there's a new Harvard Caps Harris poll survey that has a couple of interesting numbers in it we're going to get to in just a second. 239-479-5592. That's the Brett AC Talk and Text line streaming live, drewsteele.com. That's the website. You can watch there. Steele has 3 E's. It's very simple, by the way. The website's simple. It works like an app. And so if you just go to your favorite browser on your phone or your smart device, whatever it is, and you just click on it, you'll see the video right there so you can watch and listen at your convenience. So Joe Biden's approval rating is crashing to another new low now. And if there was a Trump-Biden, competition between the two for your vote in the election of 24, well, in that hypothetical race, Donald Trump is up by 6 points, 47 to 41% for Biden. And think about that. That is Donald Trump right now, who is up by 6 points, who is continuously bashed. I mean, he gets a hole-in-one at a Georgia golf course. We find out yesterday. We played the video of it, and to listen to the audio, and people are beside themselves. Like, you just need to calm down. And Vice President Harris performs even worse in the hypothetical matchup. But one of the interesting things, too, in this is what people really, truly do care about right now in a Gallup poll when it comes to what they're voting for. And this may surprise some of you, probably not. But do you have any idea what the top 3 things are, the most important issues right now? By far, not even close, what the 3 most important issues are for voters, even leading into the 22 election. Jake, would you like to take a guess? Just one issue, the biggest issue it's on the minds of the American voters right now, the biggest issue of all the things that are possibly out there. What do you think is the biggest issue? Just one. I mean,
inflation.
Boom. Did I talk to you before I asked the question?
No.
Did I prep you for the question?
No.
Okay, so it's obvious. Even millennials are like, I can't afford that price for.
Yes, I'm getting notifications from my little, Amazon thing that my tortillas went up $1. So.
You got a notification that your tortillas went up $1?
Yeah, there's this little big thing up here at the top. It's in red letters, and it's telling me everything that's went up. My Cheerios, my tortillas, my wheat thins, of course, meat, toilet paper, milk.
All of it went up. See, now, your first reaction, if you're listening to the program or watching at drewsteele.com, is why is Jake doing his shopping during the program? That would be the first thing. And then the second thing, what?
I'm not. It's an email.
Oh, it's an email. Oh, gotcha. Okay, email. That's all covered. But the second thing is, if even Jake knows this, everybody else has to know it as well. They do. The second biggest is the economy. Do you know what the third biggest is? I mean, it's not even close. Like, inflation's not even close. And it is clearly 100% the biggest issue. But immigration, inflation, the economy, immigration are the 3 biggest issues nationally. Immigration's still in there, everybody. That's why we continue to talk about it. That's why we mentioned it this morning. How the Border Patrol is bracing for an explosion in migrants crossing the U.S.-Mexico border if Biden decides that he's going to end the policy that allows authorities to turn away asylum seekers. That just depends on where they come from. I mean, if they're coming from Ukraine, bring them in. No vetting. Everything's cool because you know what's going on, right? But if they're coming from the border, our southern border, they're coming from Mexico and they're making their way into the country, we can turn you back. And the only reason why I bring this up is because of the hypocrisy of the administration, who told us that the reason why we had to have all this mass migration from the south to the north was because of all the dire conditions in other countries that we know is happening in places like Ukraine. Well, then if they say, no, we're going to turn them around, then obviously then that's all a lie about bringing them in because of that. And whether or not they're going to drop it anyway. But people care. That brings us to a budget, a $5.8 trillion budget that's being discussed, and the kind of things that are going on in the budget. The proposed minimum 20% tax on the incomes of households worth $100 million or more, just like Democrats were debating in Congress last year that failed in the Senate. Higher taxes to raise $360 billion in revenue over 10 years. There's a lot of bringing in and trying to bring in trillions of dollars to cover everything that's being spent. There's no cutting. Nobody's talking about cutting anything, which is kind of interesting. Biden's proposing $5.8 trillion in federal spending in fiscal 23. It's less than what was projected, but we're going to have $1 trillion deficit and then some. And they are talking about doing things like giving more money for police. Boy, how does that sit with Cori Bush and AOC and others in the squad?
I'm not the expert.
Yeah, I got it. But there is definitely in the budget, you could see where they're trying to please everybody. And some people are going to be upset about certain things, but we'll get you on the other side. Like climate agenda. There's a lot of money being spent on the climate because we have to. And there's other places. Listen, we've got to be socially responsible, and the dollars have to be spent with socially disadvantaged companies. Was that said? Actually, the budget director, Shalanda Young, that's Joe Biden's budget director, said that yesterday. Interestingly enough, how money has to be spread around this government and how it's got to be spent, what they are planning on doing. Listen.
I'm sure you know about our executive order 13985. It requires that we incorporate equity in all we do. Racial equity, rural equity, those left behind. Those are our disabled brothers and sisters. Our government should work for all people at all the time. So when we do procurement, we want to make sure that our dollars are spent with socially disadvantaged companies.
What? So equity. We have to have equity in spending, and we have to stick to those equity rules. And what are those rules? And who are the socially disadvantaged? And how does that work? And who gets more money and who doesn't? Huh. Well, that's an interesting way to put it. So we are certainly a country, let me rephrase that, where a federal government, this administration, Democrats, who really, really, really are focused on this social justice, the diversity, equity, and inclusion. You see where I'm going here? They are really focused on this. Lauren Boebert is a representative who brought this up yesterday, and her concerns about, in this budget, how many times certain things are discussed in the budget and where their priorities lie.
Now, Director Young, Biden likes to say, show me your budget and I'll tell you your values. So let's see what Democrats really value. The word military appears 26 times in this budget, but gender, it's used 43 times in your budget. Equity, well, that's used 75 times. And climate is used 187 times in this budget. And Americans sure do understand what Democrat priorities are and their values. They know that the real cost of these woke policies and so-called values are impacting them. And the bill has come due for these bad Democrat policies. Proposing to spend trillions of dollars on more woke wants, not needs, is absolutely shameful, and really you should be embarrassed to be testifying today and trying to defend this $5.8 trillion budget.
Is she right? I mean, it's in there, and that's how it's being described, and there's a lot of equity and diversity and inclusion that's in a budget, and how that works, and who's being denied, and who's being given money and funds, and how the distribution of wealth works. See what I did there? The only way this stops, obviously, is with an administration that won't do this kind of thing. I mean, look, it's not that bad. It's not like we're teaching our kids to be, you hate to say racist, but you certainly wouldn't want to do anything like, I mean, it would be really weird if there was a school district, let's just say, that encouraged teachers to consider students' race when they were dishing out punishments. Nobody would do that. I mean, that seems like...
Breaking news.
A bombshell. Oh, this just in. Here's a school district in Washington State that passed a new policy at its March 14th meeting. It's the so-called culturally responsive discipline factors in a student's race. The supporters say it's going to reduce racial disparities in disciplinary measures. Critics believe it'll result in harsher or lighter punishments based on race. We're not really doing, well, listen, we're not doing that. It's not happening here in Southwest Florida, so what are you worried about? It's Washington State. They're crazy. They're a bunch of leftists. They're a bunch of Marxist, socialist, leftist Democrats. And we don't have anybody on the school board here in Lee County or any other place that's telling everybody that they are a Democrat and they believe we should teach critical race theory, for example, and they're proud of it. Oh, yeah, we actually do. And I wonder how many would think that this is something that has to happen because maybe a union would say you need to do it. Maybe a director of diversity and equity and inclusion in a school, somebody that has a hired position at a school, would suggest that this is the only fair way to do things now. And you hired them. And this is the suggestion they make, so they know better than we do because that's their expertise, so we'll just do it. It'll never happen here. You sure about that? Look, there's a lot of questions that we should be asking. We do locally, local, follow me on this. We've got a big responsibility and a lot of work to do. People are going to have to be vetted here in Southwest Florida like they've never been vetted before. Listen, this is a race where it doesn't make a difference whether you're a Democrat or Republican. It's a nonpartisan race. You're not allowed to ask about my partisanship, whether I'm a Democrat or Republican. Oh, well, no, we can. No, the law says you're not allowed to ask. Well, I got other questions I might want to ask. Just want to see where we go with some of these questions. You're going to have to ask them. And what about some of the lies that have been perpetrated, like the don't say, oh, wait, do we have a beep or do we have like a buzzer? Do you have a buzzer? Where's the buzzer? Oh, there it is. Okay, because we need to talk about the don't say bill. I'm not allowed to say it because I'm in the state of Florida. So I want to talk about the don't say bill. That doesn't work very well, does it? I need something else, like a beep. Because there are teachers that here in the state of Florida are perpetrating a big, huge, fat lie backed by teachers and teachers' unions and school districts, and they need to be called out. And I don't know if you heard about MSNBC bringing on a Florida teacher who's very, very upset about the fact that they're not going to be able to teach their kids and talk about their family and to be able to communicate to their kids about, well, I'm going to play the audio right now just so you can hear about this teacher who's quite upset about the fact that they'll be denied the opportunity to share their love life with their children, as it were. Is that what this is? Let's get to this in just a second. 239-479-5592 is the Brett AC talk and text line. A reminder, I hope you will join us tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow? Goodness, it's not Friday yet. Friday. Two more, not tomorrow, day after. I forget what day it is. Friday at Oaks Farm Seed to Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road in Naples. We do our first Fridays of the month. This Friday is going to be super special, and it's a humble ask. We have not one but two World War II veterans here in Southwest Florida turning 100 years of age. I found out about this about a month ago, and I said, we have to just do something special. And at the least, I'm asking if you would show up at Oaks Farm Seed to Table on Friday, as they will show up at 8 o'clock, and we will do a quote-unquote surprise birthday party for them. Just be together to shake their hands and just say happy birthday and to honor them as real heroes and living history. And just to be there and just to be present would be just amazing. And so I'm humbly asking you if you would show up. Probably 7:30 would be a great time to show up at Oaks Farm Seed to Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road in Naples. I know for some it's a little bit of a drive, but maybe you can carpool with other people that will go with you. It'll be a special day. So please, I'm asking that you would be there with us. It's going to be a special day. So we're looking forward to that. All right, let me play some of this audio right now. I don't want to take a break. I want to play this audio now. So here it is, MSNBC. And we've got, they bring on a teacher, a Florida teacher, talking about the passage of the Don't Say bill. Listen, I don't want to get thrown off the air because, what? Oh, you got one? Oh, the Don't Say bill. Thank you. I want to make sure we stay on the airwaves because it's illegal to say. Can't do it. All right, so this teacher is very upset. Let's break this down. What are they upset about?
Yeah, it's twofold. It really hits hard in my heart professionally and personally, both.
Okay, all right. So professionally and personally, let's talk about it.
Professionally, it truly makes me feel like I am not trusted as a professional. I know my kindergarten standards through and through, and nowhere in our curriculum does it have anything about teaching sexual orientation or sexual identity.
Okay, so number one. So this is somebody who's like upset. It's like, I feel like you don't trust me. Like somehow I'm going to start teaching it. I mean, we don't have any curriculum that's designed to teach kids about sexual identity or gender identity in pre-K to third grade. So what's the matter? You don't trust me? That's almost like saying, I wonder if, Jake, tell me if this is a good example. That's almost like saying if you're at a workplace and you make I don't know, something that's really expensive, watches or something, and you just say, hey, listen, you're not allowed to take any of the watches. You just can't decide that, hey, I want to grab a watch or take it off the premises or wear the watch or whatever it is. We just want to make sure we make that clear. And you're like, I can't believe it. You think I'm going to come in here and steal watches? No. We just want to clarify that you can't do this. Like, you're not going to do it, so why does it upset you? If you're not going to do it anyway, and there's nothing in the curriculum that says you can do it, then what would upset you if there was a law? Why would it upset you if there was a law that says you can't do it? Just maybe it's not you. We don't trust the next guy, but not you or gal or whatever the word would be or the term would be. That's all it is. And remember something. I brought it up just the other day, how they are using and teaching gender equity and inclusion and diversity and equity and other issues that don't have anything to do with the education of our kids into a curriculum, like when they're teaching kids third grade math and they start talking about poverty and whites and blacks and making a chart and numbers of the poverty level and then using that statistically and saying numbers-wise how many people that are in poverty and describing the ones that are in poverty and the ones that are not in poverty and doing all. It's on a piece of curriculum that I brought up just the other day, how they would include that and create that. It's not a curriculum, but it's just a test. And this is how we decided to create the test. So they do that. All right, go on.
So for them to say that's happening, it's kind of crazy. But we should be able to have discussions, and that's what we're encouraged to do in kindergarten. And then personally, because my kids do have questions. They want to know who my partner is in pictures outside of my classroom, and I should be able to speak to that.
You can. Nobody says you can't speak to that. I mean, if you're outside of the classroom and somebody says, you just said you and your partner went paddleboarding. Well, tell me more. What do you mean by that? Nobody is saying you can't have a conversation. We're talking about you teaching it in the classroom. That's what this is. Specifically, that's what the bill talks about. Not being able to teach sex, sexual orientation, gender identity to kids pre-K to third. Why are you so insistent that this is the fight that you have to stand up for? You said you're not going to do it, but you're going to have the conversation. So have the conversation. You can do that, but outside of the classroom if you want to. All right, so go on.
So do you worry that you won't even be able to talk about your own personal home life? I mean, I have a child in kindergarten right now. I know exactly that my child has two teachers, one of which has a daughter at home and is single. The other is married and has...
Whoa. All right, before we go to break, Jake, let me just ask you this. The host on MSNBC is saying, I know everything about the teachers, my kids' teachers. They talk about them all the time. They know that they have a dog and 2 kids and that they like to eat Cheerios in the morning and they like macaroni and cheese for dinner. And we know everything. When I was growing up, I didn't even know my teacher's first name, let alone their lifestyle or who they lived with or their family structure. Am I missing something? Jake, when you were growing up, did you know anything about your teachers? Did you know their first name? Did you know all the things that they do on the weekends and where they lived and how many kids they had? Did you know? I mean, you could tell me if you did, because when I was growing up, we didn't know anything. We were shocked to see them at a supermarket. It's like, hey, Mr. Johnson's at the supermarket. This is cool. I had no idea that they shopped.
Yes and no.
Okay.
I mean, because one time I got paddled for calling my basketball coach Adam. Okay. Coach Gray.
But that's a different story. You found out about that person because you, okay. That's not the same as, maybe they do that. Maybe teachers just express, they talk about anything and everything. I don't know. All right. There's more to this audio, but suffice to say that this battle is not going to stop. It's not going to stop, and there's some woke corporations that are not going to allow it to stop and are actually doubling and tripling down on this. And the main reason is because it's about getting Ron DeSantis. It's about dinging him before a 24 election. It's hurting him in the 22 cycle. They're doing anything and everything they can. And by default, that's conservatives, that's Republicans, that's you. All right, it's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
Right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Network. Did you go with an Affordable Care Act plan or maybe a medical sharing plan? Either way, you have to spend thousands of dollars before they pay for anything, and your doctor might not even take it. The good news is you're not stuck with it. My Freedom of Choice health insurance plan is available now to those who qualify. It puts most of your coverage up front, where you only meet a deductible if you go into a hospital. You pick your doctors, and it's 30 to 60% less cost than Obamacare. So if you pay for your own health insurance, you're uninsured, you're on COBRA, or your employer coverage is just too expensive, call me, Tim Cooper, at 239-268-6712. That's 239-268-6712, 239-268-6712, or go to healthplannetwork.net. That's healthplannetwork.net, and we can custom design a plan managed by you, not the government.
At Wink News, they think a little differently than you might be used to in times like these. When you need to know what's going on, you need the news, not the opinion. At Wink, they know you're smart enough to draw your own conclusions. That's why Wink News makes this promise to you. Be first with news that you need to know. Be fair. Earn your trust on every story. Be everywhere news breaks in Southwest Florida. Wink News. First. Fair. Everywhere.
Check this out, Southwest Florida. We're happy to announce you can still get the original MSRP for your trade-in, but only at Naples Nissan. If your trade-in is a 2013 or newer with less than 120,000 miles on it, regardless of brand or where you bought it, Naples Nissan will pay you the full original base MSRP for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. Yes, that means whatever your car was worth when it was new, even if you didn't buy it new, that's exactly what it will be worth right now. But only here at Naples Nissan. We've got hundreds of new and like-new low-mileage pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Now is the time for you to make that upgrade. To get full details on how you can get the full original base MSRP for your trade-in, come see us at Naples Nissan here on Pine Ridge Road or visit naplesnissan.com today. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
I'm Harvey Massey. Think about this for a moment. Pest control involves applying pesticides inside your home, whether needed or not. At Massey Services, we just don't do that. We prevent pests from getting inside your home so we won't have to control them later. Why settle for pest control when you can trust Massey's pest prevention? It's guaranteed or your money back. Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors, Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
Spend time and money on spring break and enjoying the outdoors and save on your insurance. Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. Now is the time for spring cleaning. Cleaning up your policies and finding savings where you can. If spring means a move, a new car, or new drivers hitting the road, then consider us for help reevaluating coverage and costs. At Chapman Insurance Group, we can save you money for the same or better insurance coverage. Visit CIGFlorida.com, Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda. CIGFlorida.com.
Smart homeowners know that proper maintenance of their home's AC can save a bundle in the long run. Trust our comfort specialists at 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating to keep your AC running strong. A proactive tune-up can actually help your AC run more efficiently and save you money on your electric bill. Call 855-1-HOUR or visit onehourair.com.
Always on time or you don't pay a dime. Always on time or you don't pay a dime.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
When it comes to cybersecurity, the biggest threats don't always strike the biggest targets. Almost half of all cyber attacks target small businesses, so help protect yours with Comcast Business Security Edge. It's advanced security that continuously scans for threats and helps protect every connected device. On the largest, fastest, reliable network with speeds up to 10 gigs to the most small businesses. So switch today and get cutting-edge speed with advanced security and be ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with internet for $30 a month for 12 months with no annual contract required. Plus, ask how to get a $650 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Call or go online today to learn more. Offer ends 4/21/22. Enrollment in EcoBill and autopay required. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. New Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet customers only. Early termination fee applies. Security Edge available for an additional charge. Equipment, installation, taxes, and other fees extra and subject to change.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
Only slowdowns I'm seeing really in Lee County as you head from Estero into Bonita Springs. Speeds around 47 miles per hour in the southbound area. I am watching a crash on Palm Beach Boulevard causing a lot of congestion. Heading westbound mostly on Palm Beach Boulevard near Buckingham Road. Speed slowing to about 10 miles per hour. Buckingham Road also seeing some north and southbound delays because of this. Still watching that crash on Daniels Parkway just off of 75. Traffic slowing mostly in the westbound direction. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz, Wink News.
Wink Weather Authority.
Another day of record heat for your Wednesday. Highs will be climbing back into the upper 80s and lower 90s. Look for temperatures topping off near 91 under a mostly sunny sky. We see the breeze return for today as winds kick up out of the south and east at 10 to 20 miles per hour with some gusts of up to and over 25 miles per hour for today. With some very dry air at the surface, we also now have red flag warnings in effect where outdoor burning is not recommended for all of our inland areas of southwest Florida. We keep it dry as we head into your Wednesday evening, Wednesday night, Thursday off to another mild start with a low near 71 degrees. We're back to 90 for your Thursday afternoon. The windy weather continues through your Thursday. Ahead of our next system that will bring us the return of some isolated rain and thunderstorms beginning Friday and continuing on into the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
When listening to the radio in your car, remember to always drive on the right side of the road. Keep it here on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at gooddealsappliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
You know of Food and Thought as your local organic market, but did you know we're so much more? Our organic cafe serves delicious breakfast, lunch, and dinner with live music on the weekends. Get fresh juices, smoothies, and organic coffee at our newly renovated Juice and Coffee Bar. We even have awesome sustainable clothes and accessories at Thoughtful Threads. Why? Because we know it's a lifestyle. Food and Thought, more than a grocery store.
Food and Thought. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along. Wink News. 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 Wink Ne
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and you know and I know that finding a doctor is one of the most important decisions that you can make in your life for you and your family. And you want to find somebody that's going to promote patient interaction and advocacy above all else. That's why I love Dr. Svetlana Kogan. She's my doctor, and I'm just telling you, it's that personal interaction, that one-on-one, the time that she spends, the huge amount of time going into detail. It's like nothing I've ever seen. And it's that connection that means so much to me. She's got a calming demeanor that'll help you if you've got anxiety about maybe issues that are going on in your life, but you need somebody in your life that you can trust, a physician that will listen. And here's the best part. She'll meet with you face to face anytime you need her, no matter where you are. You've got direct contact and complete access to Dr. Kogan. And that's why I love Dr. Svetlana Kogan. Find out more about her practice on 5th Avenue South by going to customlongevity.com. That's customlongevity.com.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. Our team is expanding as we grow, and we're looking for a few good people. We're taking applications right now for air conditioning installers, air conditioning helpers, the service mechanic department, our sales team, and we have a few spots open in our apprentice program, where we will take a novice person with no training, put them with a supervisor for a 6-month training program. This will require a commitment to the company. So if you feel you could be one of the best, apply in person at 4697 Elevation Way in Fort Myers. We're just off Martin Luther King Boulevard in the Benchmark Industrial Park. You can call us at 239-482-1542 for directions. If you want to be one of the best, come join us at Kobe Cooling. License CACO 57313.
It's not often a 25-year-old exceeds everyone's expectations, but FGCU has done just that in our first 25 years. Remember the thrill of Dunk City? The rise of WGCU? Being recognized as a top entrepreneurship program? The impact of our water school? If we can build the strongest Southwest Florida in just 25 years, imagine what we'll do with 25 more.
Liberals suck. That's why we have Clay and Buck. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton. Today, noon to 3 on 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
All right, before we get to Lee County Commissioner Brian Hammond, who's joining us in just a minute on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News, just want to remind you that on Friday, we will be at Oaks Farm Seed to Table for our first Friday of the month at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road in Naples. This year, it is super special because, this week, it's super special because we have not just one, but two World War II veterans who just happen to be both turning 100 years of age this coming week. And so we thought we got to do something special. So we got kind of this surprise. They don't really know about it. We're trying to keep it secret as much as we can. And we're going to pick them up and bring them down to Seed to Table, kind of like a surprise birthday party. So I would encourage you, if you're listening, obviously in Naples, to make your way there, in Southwest Florida, make your way there. Fort Myers, it may be a little bit longer of a drive than you're used to, but if you carpool, get with some folks. I know a lot of people are talking about that right now, and make your way down there. It's just going to be emotional. It's going to be just awesome to be able to shake their hand and say happy birthday. And certainly it's not often that you get to sit and speak with a World War II veteran turning 100. So it's just going to be a great, great morning. Oaks Farm Seed to Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road. They're going to be there at 8. So if you get there at 7:30, that would be perfect. And let's see if we can just pack the place with patriots who just want to say happy birthday. That would be awesome. Bill Workman and George Farisis, that's their names. And we are so looking forward to seeing them and you there. All right, Lee County Commissioner Brian Hammond joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. He's been very busy. First of all, good morning. How are you?
Hey, good morning. I really love your strategy here of planning a surprise party and talking about it on the highest rated radio program in Southwest Florida.
Well,
I really am interested to see how this is going to work out.
Yeah, well, it may or may not be a surprise by the time everything rolls out. But that's not the idea. The idea is that we're all going to be together. And even if they know, and just the fact that they'll come in and it's just going to be, I'm looking forward to it. So what kind of week have you had?
Hey, we've had a great week. First of all, let me say thanks to Bill and George for their service and congratulations on their birthday. And we have had a good week. Last night I had a really exciting time in Cape Coral. The Cape Coral Republican Club is energized. They're fired up. They love our great governor, Ron DeSantis. And they came last night to a county commissioner forum to hear me and another commissioner, Commissioner Cecil Pendergrass, our chairman, talk about all the good things that we're doing in the county and kind of ask us some good questions. So we took their questions and answers last night, and a lot of them centered on, okay, we're growing like crazy. Yep. What are you going to do about it?
Right. That is true. So what are you going to do about it? Do we want to?
Well,
okay.
All right. So many things come to mind when you talk about how fast this area is growing.
Yep.
We know that more than 20,000 people moved to Lee County in the last year. And I know the first concern that comes to your mind might be, oh my goodness, they're all blue people from like New York and California and fleeing all those states.
Yeah.
Here's what I want you to know.
Okay.
The news is good. For the first time in history here in the state of Florida, Republicans outnumber Democrats in voter registrations. In fact, we went from being way behind the Democrats to now we're up by 100,000 registered Republicans over Democrats in the state of Florida. So that's good news.
Yes.
I think we're only going to make the state of Florida redder because they like the governor. They like the conservative policies that we have here in the state of Florida and the fact that we stayed open during the COVID pandemic. So that's why they came here.
Right. And I'm sure that a lot of them were fleeing the restrictions of COVID. And listen, one of the things that I think is going to play itself out, and look, it's going to happen nationally. It's going to be here in the state, but certainly as you bring up the numbers here in Southwest Florida is that when they get here, there's a conscious decision to make. They know what they left, and then they know, listen, they all know why things were happening and were a disaster from maybe where they were coming from and making their way here. The question will be whether or not they want to keep an eye on you and others that will be the legislators, the people that will be in charge of what is happening locally and hearing from constituents and putting those thoughts and ideas and beliefs into action. And once they see the results, that they jump on board. Because there will be people that will question certain aspects, but results matter. Things that are tangible matter.
Yeah, we definitely don't want to go woke here in Lee County,
No.
right? I mean, we want people to understand the reasoning behind our success. And the big reasoning behind our success is we didn't do the COVID restrictions. We believed in individual freedom. We believe in people's rights. And we also believe in law and order here in Lee County. We're not one of those crazy leftist governments that wanted to defund the police. In fact, we have funded the police here in Lee County. We gave our deputies a really nice raise last year. And we recently just honored Sheriff Marcino's request to double the size of the drug enforcement unit because, look, we want to get the drugs and the crime out of this area. I think, that's why people are coming here because it's a safe place. We were the freest county in the freest state in the nation. We were the largest county in the state of Florida to have no local shutdowns and no local mandates. And I think that's why people specifically came to Lee County. In fact, we were the number 2 fastest growing county in the state of Florida. Interestingly enough, Drew, there was one county in the state of Florida that actually saw its population kind of drop, and that was Miami-Dade County, where they had some of the harshest restrictions.
Yep.
And it's one of the most liberal governments in the state. So, I think people clearly voted with their feet and moved away from the governments they didn't agree with last year. Commissioners. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to ask you about because I'm no matter what, I'm constantly, no matter how many things are in the works. I cannot tell you how super excited I am about the Colonial intersection by I-75. I mean, every time I drive through there, I'm like, I cannot wait for this to be done, but to see it come to fruition, I'm already feeling like there is some relief in some places of some congestion that's been happening just by the moves of traffic, the traffic movement and the way things are happening and across Lee County and quite honestly across Southwest Florida as roads are being built and we have our eyes on the future. That's what people are always asking me is what's in the pipeline. I mean, obviously you guys are keeping an eye on not only the population that's coming in, but the growth that's needed in our infrastructure.
Yeah, your primary concern as more people move here is, traffic, obviously,
Yep.
right? What's going to happen with the roads as they get more and more congested? And I want you to know that the county commissioners talk about it every single time we get together. We hear it, we feel it. We actually live in the community and drive the same roads that you drive as well. And quite frankly, being a Cape resident, I get it. I sit on that bridge every day waiting to get to work as well. And so I want you to know that the county commissioners are focused on building the infrastructure that's needed to accommodate the new residents that are here. Now, this growth is faster than anyone could have predicted, anyone could have budgeted for, anyone could have planned for, but we are planning and budgeting and working for it. In fact, some of the big projects that we're working on are the Colonial project that you mentioned out there, widening Burnt Store Road in Cape Coral, widening Ortez Road in Fort Myers, widening Corkscrew Road in the south area and, kind of near Estero, Bonita Springs area, widening Littleton Road in Cape Coral and North Fort Myers area, and rebuilding the Big Carlos Pass Bridge that connects Fort Myers Beach to Bonita Springs. And so what we wanted to do is we knew as commissioners that we're working on all these things, but we wanted you to be able to see what we're working on. So we went to leegov.com. That's LEEGOV.com. It's our website for the county. And we put on there a community engagement page where you can actually go to our capital improvement plan and you can search this map to see what projects are planned in your area. And they're all on there. You can see the budget. You can see the alignments of the road and the projects that are coming. You can see the timeline from when they're going to start construction to when they're going to hopefully end construction and we'll be driving on it. You can even see, if you're interested in this stuff, the different funding sources that we're using to pay for each road.
Yeah.
We wanted to be as open and transparent about all the projects that we have planned all over the county so that we hear you and we're working on the things that you care about.
Great. Lee County Commissioner Brian Hammond joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. So we talked about this a little off the air. So when we, in 2019, it's hard to believe it was that long ago, but in December of 2019, when we took 15,000 of the 10,000 cards for the troops, and we quickly hit 10,000 and then some. And we took 15,000 cards in suitcases and got them to Ramstein Air Base in Germany. You had to, the way to get there, the quickest way is to fly into Frankfurt, and you drive an hour southwest, and that's where you end up. And from Southwest Florida, there's a lot of bouncing around you do. You've got to go. We had to go from Lauderdale to New York, from New York to Germany. I mean, and then transportation there. But it sure would be nice if you had a direct flight. Well, we do. And this is an important link, especially when you consider Frankfurt, the city, and what it means in Europe and how you can connect out. So talk about that for just a second.
Yeah, I mean, this is another sign that things are getting back to the 2019 normal that we all really enjoyed and have been dying to get back, right? The German flights to the international airport, RSW, or Southwest Florida International Airport, that the commissioners sit as the board of port commissioners for, they started again. They returned starting Monday. In fact, the first 270 passengers from Germany arrived in town. This is great news for us. The tourism from the international markets like Germany and Canada actually made up 25% of our tourists prior to the COVID pandemic. So, what's interesting is we've broken tourism records the last 2 years without that international travel. But we believe that, as the restrictions now lift everywhere, people will start to go back to some of the other places that they traveled to. Many of them decided they loved Florida and they moved here after their visit.
Right.
But it's good that the German and Canadian travelers are back, particularly this route to Germany, which will fly to Frankfurt Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Eurowings is the name of the company that operates the flights. They're backed by Lufthansa, a major airline over there in Europe. And the Canada Airlines actually resumed their service earlier this year. So this brings more, not just out of the state money, but out of the country money into our area. It's really good for the small businesses here who depend on that hospitality and that tourism. And here's one thing that I like about the international tourism is they typically tend to travel during like the summer months when our businesses hurt, because we know Easter's coming up, and typically we always see after Easter our snowbirds go home, and a lot of our tourist season comes to an end at that point. But that's when the international tourism comes in and helps keep our businesses afloat locally.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you one thing, just a quick aside is, man, I have a hard time finding anybody who has said anything less than season's been going on like all year. It feels like all year round. It feels like it barely left. Like it's still happening, and it's quite busy around town. Maybe that's the influx of people moving here. Maybe that is people coming in now from other places, understanding the free state of Florida is the place to be, and realizing how amazing our area is. It could be a combination of all these things, and then some.
Oh, yeah. Listen, I remember sitting in planning meetings when I first got on the commission back in 2014, talking about how could we build a year-round economy here in Lee County. And the COVID pandemic accelerated everything that we tried to do. And now people are here pretty much year round. And so, as I mentioned, we're going to focus hard on continuing to build those roads out and work on signal timing, work on widening lanes, work on extending turn lanes.
Good.
And if you're interested in seeing all of those projects, I put a link on my Commissioner Brian Hammond Facebook page. So just go to the Commissioner Brian Hammond Facebook page. If you want that link, you can look up all of those projects on that page.
All right, Lee County Commissioner Brian Hammond, we always appreciate a few minutes. We'll see you next week, okay?
Thanks. Have a great week.
All right, you too. All right, it's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. A $35 gift certificate to our good friends at Alda's Diner at the corner of 951 and Vanderbilt Beach Road in Naples. So we have that gift certificate for you. Caller 9. You will play Drew's College next on Daybreak 92.5. Fox News, right all along.
After Drew, it's Glenn Beck 9 till noon. You've come to the right place. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau. You can count on us for great service. You can count on us to get it done. You can count on us for a price that's fair, and quality is second to none. For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
What if you could receive a guaranteed offer on your home with no showings, no open houses, and no stress? Contact the Darter Group at dartergroup.com to learn more about their guaranteed offer. Find out if you could receive an offer on your home in as little as 24 hours and close escrow in as little as 21 days. Don't delay. Go to dartergroup.com. That's dartergroup.com, a Compass Realty broker.
Yikes! $100? Paying that much is just a pain in the gas. Get to the gas payoff event at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral. Through Monday, buy a new Nissan and we'll pay for your fuel. Not just a tank, not just for a month, but for an entire year, your gas bill is on us. Plus, trade in your gas guzzler to a fuel-efficient new Nissan or a certified pre-owned Nissan. Sutherland Nissan has tons of models that get over 30 miles per gallon. As the #1 certified pre-owned dealer, you'll find the vehicle you're looking for and pay thousands less. And through Monday only, buy a new Nissan and pay $0 for gas for the next year. Save when you buy, save on the road, and save on gas. Don't miss the gas payoff event through Monday only at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car megastore. Online at flnissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much.
See dealer for details.
92.5 Fox News.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's go to Catherine. Catherine's in Cape Coral. How do I know? Because she's on the phone right now. Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. And your associate's degree question starts right now. Hey, Catherine, who wrote the Star-Spangled Banner?
Francis Scott Key.
That is correct. All right, you got a associate's degree. We'll see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. Who preceded Ronald Reagan as president of the United States?
Jimmy Carter.
That is correct. All right, you got a bachelor's. Let's see if you get a master's degree on this question. The Civil War, the Mexican-American War, World War II. Name one war fought in the 1900s.
World War II.
That is correct. All right, you got a master's. We'll see if you get a PhD on this question. Ooh, this is tough. Okay. Well, I don't know, maybe not. In 1973, the first space station, Skylab, was launched. 1973, first space station, Skylab. Was that Russian, American, or Chinese?
American.
That is correct. All right, maybe it wasn't as tough as Jake thought. That's actually what I thought. Okay, anyway, congratulations. You got a PhD today on Drew's College. Very impressive. How do you feel?
Thank you, Drew. I'm excited.
Awesome. And you also got a $35 gift certificate to our good friends at Alda's Restaurant and Bar, otherwise known as Alda's Diner, at the corner of 951 and Vanderbilt Beach Road in Naples. So congratulations.
Thank you, Drew.
Okay, back at you. All right, back at you. All right, 239-479-5592. Hey, when we come back, all right, another corporation has gone woke, and oh boy, they want to let you know about it. They're pretty much just telling you exactly what they're going to do now that we have the don't say bill. I can't say it. We're not allowed to say it in the States. So, yeah, they're doubling and tripling down. Wait till you hear this audio. Coming up next. Stay bright. 92.5 Fox News.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South is the Florida window factory. Our windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, because we understand Florida weather. With New South Windows, you don't have to sacrifice energy efficiency for storm protection. Our Energy Star rated windows and doors are made with impact and non-impact options, giving you the best of both worlds. New South Window, home of your ultimate Florida window.
Buy more, save more. Volume discounts up to 30%. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Being involved in a legal dispute can leave you feeling like you've lost control. I'm Eli Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Understanding the law and the rules of evidence can mean the difference between winning or losing your case. If you are involved in a legal dispute and are not sure of your options, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
Bugged by the left? Log on to rightallalong.net, the place to find 92.5 Fox News online. This is 92.5 WFSX Estero, Fox News, right all along. On the radio, on your smart speaker, and online at rightallalong.net.
Fox News after setting a record in space.
The Soyuz MS-19 begins the journey home.
That was on NASA TV when an American astronaut left the International Space Station overnight. Fox's Evan Brown has a live update.
Yeah, Dave, NASA astronaut Mark Vande Hei spent a record-setting 355 days aboard the International Space Station, and now he's back home, or closer than he has been. He's in Kazakhstan, but he will soon get on a helicopter,
where the crew ultimately will split up several hours from now. Mark Vande Hei boarding a NASA jet to return to Houston.
NASA TV commentator Rob Navius. Vande Hei did fly to Earth aboard a Russian Soyuz along with 2 cosmonauts, as was planned. And despite some recent Russian rhetoric that Russia would cease cooperating with the U.S. in space. Dave?
Evidence now 4 million Ukrainians who fled the war in their country. Most of them now refugees in Poland on day 35 of Russia's invasion.
The situation has not become easier. The scale of the challenges has not diminished.
Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky, and while one of his advisors says Russia has redeployed some forces near the capital to other areas, there was intense shelling around Kyiv again today. The number of COVID cases in the U.S. has now topped 80 million total in the Johns Hopkins tracker. The CDC has authorized a second COVID vaccine booster shot for Americans 50 and older and those with compromised immune systems 4 months after their last dose. This hours after approval from the FDA, where Dr. Peter Marks says everyone may need one later.
There may be a need for people to get an additional booster in the fall.
And as far as a federal judge, he's come out and barred the U.S. Navy from disciplining or discharging sailors who refuse to get jabbed.
Lawyers for the plaintiffs argue the Navy granted hundreds of administrative and medical exemptions, but no religious exemptions for active duty and reserve service members. More than 99% of the Navy's active duty force has been vaccinated against COVID-19.
That's Steve Rappaport. America's listening to Fox News.
This news update is presented by New South Window Solutions. Find them online at newsouthwindow.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Only slowdowns I'm seeing really in Lee County as you head from Estero into Bonita Springs. Speeds around 47 miles per hour in the southbound area. I am watching a crash on Palm Beach Boulevard causing a lot of congestion. Heading westbound mostly on Palm Beach Boulevard near Buckingham Road. Speed slowing to about 10 miles per hour. Buckingham Road also seeing some north and southbound delays because of this. Still watching that crash on Daniels Parkway just off of 75. Traffic slowing mostly in the westbound direction. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz, Wink News.
Wink Weather Authority.
Another day of record heat for your Wednesday. Highs will be climbing back into the upper 80s and lower 90s. Look for temperatures topping off near 91 under a mostly sunny sky. We see the breeze return for today as winds kick up out of the south and east at 10 to 20 miles per hour with some gusts of up to and over 25 miles per hour for today. With some very dry air at the surface, we also now have red flag warnings in effect where outdoor burning is not recommended for all of our inland areas of southwest Florida. We keep it dry as we head into your Wednesday evening, Wednesday night, Thursday off to another mild start with a low near 71 degrees. We're back to 90 for your Thursday afternoon. The windy weather continues through your Thursday. Ahead of our next system that will bring us the return of some isolated rain and thunderstorms beginning Friday and continuing on into the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
92.5 Fox News. Right.
You'd
all
think
along.
an Army veteran with a military career including multiple combat deployments throughout the Middle East would be a great American. And you'd be right. But Joe Vanderbosch also happens to be a great dentist. An Army veteran of 8 years, Dr. Joe now makes his home in Southwest Florida, where his wife Sarah grew up.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch, Freedom Dental on Metro Parkway in Fort Myers. In the Army, I received extra training in order to provide dental care in virtually any condition. That's why I can manage many dental treatments without the need to refer to a specialist. I served my country proudly for 8 years. Now I want to serve you in your dental needs. Special discounts for former and active military without dental insurance.
Dr. Vanderbosch provides emergency care and is now accepting new patients for cleaning, extractions, crowns, implants, and more. Find them online at freedomdentalfortmyers.com. That's freedomdentalfortmyers.com. Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch. Go to freedomdentalfortmyers.com.
With PatriotSoftware.com, accounting and payroll, keep your time and money.
Mike Capel here, serial entrepreneur. I started my first business in the basement of a factory over 30 years ago. We had no heat and no air conditioning. Instead of customers, our office visitors were rats, birds, flies, and snakes. Our office flooded often and we used blankets as our office walls. We were broke and needed customers. Years later, I formed my fifth successful business, Patriot Software, which has attracted tens of thousands of customers with our easy accounting and payroll software used by accountants and non-accountants alike. Go to patriotsoftware.com, use promo code RADIO, and get 2 months of accounting and payroll software free. That's patriotsoftware.com.
Accounting and payroll, keep your time and money.
Celebrate your accomplishments with a previously enjoyed Rolex watch from Duncan's Diamonds. From sporty to dress models.
Hi, I'm Stuart Duncan, and here at Duncan's Diamonds, we have the finest previously enjoyed Rolexes available.
We make the process easy, beginning with the guidance of our expert consultants.
Why buy a new Rolex at full price when you can buy the exact same watch, only a few years older, certified, fixed up, refurbished with a 2-year warranty, and at a third of the price or less? And our knowledgeable staff will make your experience as memorable as your timepiece. Come to Duncan's Diamonds today and leave confident. You will receive the highest quality at the best possible prices. We will not be undersold by anyone, anytime, anywhere, and you can count on that.
Duncan's Diamonds. Come celebrate with the Rolex of your dreams. Naples at Mercado, Gulf Coast Town Center, and Fort Myers on US 41. Find your own one-of-a-kind jewelry.
Why would someone take a chance on purchasing a frameless shower door from a big box store or an online discounter of an obscure brand, and then try and find a licensed, qualified installer to put it in, when you can deal directly with a local, family-owned business that consults, measures, manufactures, and installs their own award-winning brand of shower doors. My Shower Door is a family-owned and operated business and has the highest ratings on Angie's List and Home Advisor. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdor.com.
Hi, I'm Ty Lassiter, CEO and managing partner of Key City Capital. And we have been actively investing in strong cash flowing real estate right here in South Florida for over 10 years. And if you're like us, you're looking to achieve strong investment returns in your portfolio, but you definitely don't want to take aggressive risks. Well, Key City Capital was founded to achieve this goal, and we have done that since inception. For over 10 years, we have generated safe, secure, consistent double-digit returns for our investors without risking a penny of their principal. And we can do that for you too.
Call Key City Capital today to reserve a spot for our next dinner event. Call 239-330-2080. That's 239-330-2080. Check us out online at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
Hi, my name is Jay, president of Big Island Builders, a custom home builder in Naples. You may have heard about supply chain issues affecting the construction industry. And you may think because of these issues, you need to hire a large building company, but that is not the case. We are a medium-sized company, and we have been proactive throughout these trying times to anticipate issues, order materials early so that our jobs continue to progress efficiently. Find us at BigIslandBuilders.com.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do.
Thank you for giving us the voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic.
I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Oh, boy. So, this is quite the battle that's going on here in the state. I don't know if it is a battle. Maybe it's really about hearing from you this morning. 239-479-5592. That is the Brett AC Talk and Text line. By the way, streaming live at drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. You can watch there and subscribe to our Rumble channel. You can see us. Certainly, that is something you may like to do. Maybe you want to just see Jake's smiling face this morning as he's contemplating why everything on his Amazon cart list has gone up by tens of dollars, and he doesn't understand when this is going to end. Like, when does all this happen? When does the inflation stop? And I hate to break it to everybody. What? When does it stop?
$5.79 for a box of Cheerios.
How big is the box?
Regular box, man.
And there's less in it because they do the shrinkflation thing. I'm telling you, I bought Oreos for my son. I bought Oreos for my son. It wasn't for me. It was for my son. I bought these Oreos the other day. For my son, I bought them.
Okay. We got it.
And twist the Oreo open, and it looks like they put the filling in on the Oreo.
You felt robbed?
With a syringe. It looked like they did it with a syringe. It was like this little dab. It's all cookie.
Did you feel robbed?
Yes.
I thought it was for...
What?
Do you feel robbed?
Yes.
Did you eat him?
For my son.
Oh.
I felt horrible for him.
Oh, man.
Like, the minute he opened that up and said, "Look at this. How's my dad going to be happy with this kind of shrinkflation and less of a quantity of product than we're used to in the United States? This is an outrage," he said out loud, spontaneously. I really want one now. Did they have them in the break room in Oreo?
I ate them all yesterday.
Are you serious? You ate the whole, whatever they had in the break room?
Yeah, the last bit of Oreos, I ate them.
Where are you getting all this money from?
I don't know. It was, just a regular packet of Oreos.
There's only one?
Well, there was two, but...
All right, so we have to talk to them as well. We need more Oreos in this building. Even with the shrinkflation and the little droplet. I'll take the cookie. All right, we're moving on. So... Look, inflation is, unfortunately, by all indications, is not ending anytime soon. Unfortunately, if there are Republicans in charge in 22, it's not going to turn the inflation numbers around quickly enough because you've got, You got that guy.
True international average of pressure.
And when he's got those...
I got hairy legs.
You can always count on, nothing's happening. So we got a little ways to go. Whether it's supply chain issues or, trucking and the like, and all of these things have to catch up in trying to get enough people to drive the trucks, and even the lesser trips, the ones that go from the warehouses to your door, or whether they're going to stores themselves. So we just keep an eye on this and, do what you can to do what you're already doing and budget and just pray to get through all of this and ultimately to get to 24 where we're going to have somebody, hopefully in the White House, who gets it. And we're going to get to that in just a second, because it's not only somebody who gets it, but it's also somebody who's willing to put themselves out there and fight in ways that I'm not really sure many politicians do. Because how many times do you have politicians that will go against one of the largest corporations in existence and take them on toe-to-toe? And listen, there is a toe-to-toe battle. Wait till you hear some of the audio that Christopher Rufo has out, the video from inside Disney's all-hands meeting about the Florida parental rights bill. The don't say bill. Can't say it. Not allowed to say it in the state of Florida, and I'm not getting in trouble. But it's quite shocking. And it's their decision what Disney is going to do, but you have a decision as well. It's a tough one. We'll get to that in just a second. All right, I want to remind everybody, thank you for all the people that have been reaching out, whether it's text or even calling, about Friday and Oaks Farm Seed the Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road in Naples. We do our first Friday from 6 to 9 a.m., a live broadcast there. But this week is going to be special because we have not one but two World War II veterans that are turning 100 years of age. And so we just kind of wanted to have this quote-unquote surprise party. Everybody knows. You're all going to know, and hopefully we can keep the surprise from them. But just to show up and to shake their hand and to say not only thank you for your service, but just to wish them a happy birthday and to shake the hand of a hero of living history, that you'll have the opportunity. We're just going to have so much fun, and I would love for you to be there. I know for some it's a little bit of a drive, more than they usually do that early in the morning. We'd like you to get there at 7:30 would be nice. They'll be coming in at 8. But to just be there, and I'm humbly asking for you to show up and grab some coffee and some breakfast and hang out with us. I really want to pack a seat at the table to show our support. And you know how much we love our veterans here, and I know how much you do as well. And listen, this is a feel-good moment that we all need. So hopefully you'll be there Friday. Oaks Farm Seed the Table, the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road in Naples. All right, the governor, look, it was... I'm trying to remember who it was, but I want to say it was Steve Deace who tweeted it out and basically said, in the last 30 years, has there been one politician, Republican or Democrat, anybody, who has done more to fight back against some of the forces that are out there right now than Governor DeSantis? Has been so bold in some of his decisions and his moves. And again, how, look, politically, a lot of people would say, look, don't do it. Do not challenge big corporations. They got money. They got juice. Do you really want to go there? I'm not sure you do. But Ron DeSantis has done it, and he's willing to do it. And, you know, it's important that we have people who are willing to take on that battle, to take on that fight. Ron DeSantis doing really well. The governor's poll, by the way, the 22 governor's poll. Ron DeSantis, Charlie Crist, crushing it. 16 points he's up on Charlie Crist. Ron DeSantis, Nikki Fried, according to the St. Leo poll, up 24 points, 51 to 27%. Annette Taddeo up 19 points, 49 to 30%. The poll taken between the 28th and March 12th. Absolutely crushing it. And when you have people who are saying, listen, you don't understand what this means, and and how we're going to fight back and maybe saying things that they wouldn't say out loud, but they feel like this is the opportunity. The governor pushing back on Disney and saying, look, there's some hypocrisy here.
I think they crossed the line. And, people ask me, kind of about, their posture on the bill. I said, you know what? If we would have put in the bill that you were not allowed to have curriculum that discussed the oppression of the Uyghurs in China, Disney would have endorsed that in a second. And that's the hypocrisy of this. And, we're going to make sure we're fighting back when people are threatening our parents and threatening our kids.
He's right. He's right. Christopher Rufo obtained video from inside Disney's all-hands meeting about the bill. Here's executive producer LaToya Ravano saying that her team is getting ready to implement something that, well, here, listen to what she says.
The showrunners were super welcoming. Meredith Roberts and our leadership over there has been so welcoming to my not at all secret gay agenda. And so I feel like I felt like it was, maybe it was that way in the past, but I guess something must have happened in the last, they are turning it around. They're going hard. And then all that momentum that I felt, that sense of, I don't have to be afraid to let's have these two characters kiss. Let's in the background. I was just wherever I could, just basically adding queerness to if you see anything queer in the show, I'm proud family. But I just was no one would stop me, and no one was trying to stop me.
All right, nobody's stopping her. Nobody's trying to stop her. Adding queerness to children's programming, putting it all in. It's going to be there. This not at all secret gay agenda that she has implemented as an executive producer. She's not the only one. You have the corporate president, Carrie Burke, who says she's the mother of one transgender child and one pansexual child. And then wants everybody to know that Disney wants to have many, many, many LGBTQIA characters in their stories.
That's been very eye-opening for me. And I can tell you, it's something that I feel perhaps had this moment not happened, I as a leader and me as my colleagues would not have focused on. And going forward, I certainly will be more so. I know that we will be. And I hope this is a moment where, the 50% of the tears, sorry, are coming. We just don't allow each other to go backwards.
So they want a minimum of 50% of characters to be LGBTQIA and racial minorities. So that is the corporate president, Carrie Burke from Disney. And then you've got Disney's activism partner, Nadine Smith of Equality Florida, talking about how the LGBTQ employees that DeSantis and Christina Pushaw have talked about. Christina Pushaw is the spokesperson for the governor. I want you to listen to this.
So when we react to this, a lot of us are reacting from the pain we experienced of being isolated and stigmatized in school. But we're also reacting from the reality that when they can erase you, when they can criminalize your existence, when they can demonize who you are, the next step is to criminalize you and take your kids.
Excuse me? So the governor, Christina Pushaw, and you want to erase the LGBTQ community, criminalize your existence, and ultimately take your kids. That's how far this is going. And this is Disney talking now. This is how far it is taken. You already know, and I don't have to say this again. It's not a don't say bill. And I'm not going to say the word because I just want to make sure I don't get in any trouble. It's not that at all. You know what it is. We've been through this a million times. They know what it is and what it is not. And they are using it as an opportunity to do what? What is Disney doing right now? They have made a conscious decision that they're going to use scare tactics like we're going to take your kids, erase you, and criminalize your existence. Really? Nobody's even talking about that. And doubling and tripling down and saying, you know what? Guess what? Now we're going to have half the characters are going to be LGBTQIA and racial minorities. And not only that, we're putting it in, and there's going to be queerness all over the place, as one person at Disney put it. So, I say this for a couple of different reasons, because it's important. And I don't know how many people are going to talk about it, but here it is. It's very simple. Just my point of view. Number one, they could make it about hate all they want, and this is not about hate. Don't turn this into something hateful. That's not where my heart is, and I don't believe that that's where your heart is when it comes to human beings, people, God's children, as we all are. This isn't about hate. So don't do that, number one. Number two, that you're going to see it. It's coming. It's already being teased, and now it's going to be full force that this is what Disney's decision is going to be. And I'm sure there are probably a lot of corporations that are going to do the same thing. And they're going to say, come and get us. And they're basically saying, we had to do this because of what you didn't do, but we're making believe as if you did it, to the point where people are getting so deranged about the lie that we're perpetrating that we can basically do anything as a whip back of the consequences that happen when you are so mean and rude and hateful as you are, you governor and conservatives and Republicans and Christians, that we're just going to have to do something. And the only way to do it is to double and triple down and go in completely the opposite direction and show you. And then that means that ultimately you, again, something we talked about. It's a tough decision, but you're going to have to make a decision where your dollars go, number one. And number two is just be ready for it. Don't complain about it. We're not going to complain. When it happens in the future, you just don't complain. You just say, all right. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate when there are teachers who are brought onto places like MSNBC and they're brought onto these programs. The gay teacher in particular, who goes on to MSNBC and says,
yeah, it's twofold. It really hits hard in my heart, professionally and personally, both. Professionally, it truly makes me feel like I am not trusted as a professional. I know my kindergarten standards through and through, and nowhere in our curriculum does it have anything about teaching sexual orientation or sexual identity.
Okay, good. So then we're even. Oh, but you don't trust me. No. It's the same reason why, like I brought up earlier, if you work at a watch company or any other store and it's like, hey, just don't steal anything. Are you suggesting I would steal? No, we just have a rule that says, listen, don't leave the building with any of these products. It's not that we don't trust you. We're just trying to lay down the groundwork. Just don't do it. And you say, okay. It's not about you don't trust us unless you have something you're feeling guilty about. But again, these lies that are put out there as if you haven't read the bill. So just to be ready for it. All right, there's a lot there. 239-479-5592. Let's go take a break. When we come back, top 5 audio clips of the day. Oh, and there's a lot. There's a lot we'll get to coming up in just a bit. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along. Hey, it's Drew Steele, and get ready. We are proud to welcome former White House press secretary, Newsmax TV host, and author of the new book, Radical Nation, Sean Spicer. He's going to be here live with us at the Silver Spot Cinema at Mercado in Naples on Wednesday, April 20th. What a great event. Every ticket is a VIP ticket. That's right, a meet and greet with Sean Spicer. Included with that is a signed copy of Sean's new book. Plus, you're going to get a photo and full access to Sean Spicer. Wednesday, April 20th, starting at 5 p.m. Check out 925foxnews.com for your details. Purchase tickets right now.
By now, you've heard all of our ads. America's largest injury law firm. But what does that really mean for our clients, for you? It means that when you hire us, you don't just get a lawyer, you get a legal army, almost 800 lawyers alone. Your case is a big deal to us. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
American-made plantation shutters for you. Your best choice for plantation shutters. Custom measured and installed. Built to last forever. Call for a free consultation. Discounts for military and first responders. If you support Biden or the 2020 election results, don't call us. PlantationShuttersForYou.com.
All my friends are jealous of LEQ.
Hi,
I'm LEQ.
They say it's like you have a sidekick, always checking in, connecting you to family, suggesting activities.
Did you sleep better last night?
Yeah, that breathing exercise before bed helped. See what I mean? She helps me stay healthy and independent. Plus, she's a hoot.
What makes a banana split?
I just tell my friends, go order your own.
Call 844-944-ELLI or visit ELLIQ.com to learn more.
I'm Harvey Massey. At Massey Services, we know every lawn is unique and requires customized care. That's why our environmental approach includes aeration, which allows water and nutrients to reach the roots of your lawn, as well as an irrigation program which ensures proper coverage and reduces water waste. With Massey's Green Up program, you'll enjoy a healthy and a beautiful lawn year-round. That's Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
It's not often a 25-year-old exceeds everyone's expectations, but FGCU has done just that in our first 25 years. Remember the thrill of Dunk City? The rise of WGCU? Being recognized as a top entrepreneurship program? The impact of our water school? If we can build a stronger Southwest Florida in just 25 years, imagine what we'll do with 25 more.
Mike Capel here, serial entrepreneur with words from another happy payroll customer.
What do I love about Patriot Payroll Services? What don't I love about Patriot Payroll Services? It's easy to learn, it's very user-friendly, it's fast, even for a first-time user, it's perfect for our business, it's affordable, and it's been a great experience so far. We have no plans of changing.
Easy to learn, easy to use. Small business software tailored just for you.
Visit us at patriotsoftware.com. Use promo code RADIO and get 2 months of payroll free. That's patriotsoftware.com.
With patriotsoftware.com, accounting and payroll, keep your time and money.
Are you one of the millions of homeowners who haven't refinanced yet? If so, I'm here to tell you it's not too late. Hi, I'm Wesley Hogan with Westland Financial. Although the lowest rates may be in our rearview mirror, as the economy recovers from the biggest economic shock of our lifetime, rates still remain near historic lows. In fact, with the dramatic increase in home values, this may be the perfect time to put that new home equity to work. Take advantage of our cash out refi program and pay off high rate credit cards, car loans, or other high interest rate debt. Or finally make those home improvements you put on hold for so long. Best of all, we can do this with no closing costs. That's right, whether it's a conventional, FHA, or VA loan, we'll pay for your title, settlement, lender, and recording fees. So call Westland at 888-455-3669. That's 888-455-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. 888-455-3669.
NMLS number 3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato's Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News. Traffic.
Traffic on I-75 stacking up significantly for this time of day. Speed slowing to around 14 miles per hour as you head past the Alico Road exit in the southbound direction throughout Estero. Also watching a lot of congestion on 41 headed southbound due to that crash at Island Park Road. Traffic slowing down significantly just south of Jamaica Bay due to that crash with roadblock. Also the Midpoint Bridge, really congested for this time of day. Cape Coral Bridge still looking good, though. Daniels Parkway also seeing a lot of delays at this hour. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz. Wink News.
Wink Weather Authority.
Another day of record heat for your Wednesday. Highs will be climbing back into the upper 80s and lower 90s. Look for temperatures topping off near 91 under a mostly sunny sky. We see the breeze return for today as winds kick up out of the south and east at 10 to 20 miles per hour with some gusts of up to and over 25 miles per hour for today. With some very dry air at the surface, we also now have red flag warnings in effect where outdoor burning is not recommended for all of our inland areas of southwest Florida. We keep it dry as we head into your Wednesday evening, Wednesday night, Thursday off to another mild start with a low near 71 degrees. We're back to 90 for your Thursday afternoon. The windy weather continues through your Thursday. Ahead of our next system that'll bring us the return of some isolated rain and thunderstorms beginning Friday and continuing on into the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Joe Biden's plan for America? Recycled leftovers. Time for some right thinking. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and get ready. We are proud to welcome former White House Press Secretary, Newsmax TV host, and author of the new book, Radical Nation, Sean Spicer. He's going to be here live with us at the Silver Spot Cinema at Mercado in Naples on Wednesday, April 20th. What a great event. Every ticket is a VIP ticket. That's right, a meet and greet with Sean Spicer. Included with that is a signed copy of Sean's new book. Plus, you're going to get a photo and full access to Sean Spicer. Wednesday, April 20th, starting at 5 p.m. Check out 925foxnews.com for your details. To purchase tickets right now.
Steven Tomatoes sports page. Come for the food, stay for the sports.
Hi, I'm Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes. You've heard me say we're the working and retired person's country club. This means coming in for a meal, a drink, or with a party, and we will obtain your complete satisfaction with our food, service, and value. We strive for excellence with your service experience and our food. So on the rare occasion we fall short, tell us and we'll fix it. Plus, at Stevie Tomatoes, there are no pretenses, no attitudes, high prices, or rushing you in or out. Come relax, enjoy yourself, and be yourself. At Stevie's, we love meeting the men and women who currently and in the past work hard to make America great. We appreciate their values, honesty, industriousness, and affection for this great country. So head to Stevie's, where we strive for excellence in everything we do. I guarantee it. In Naples, Fort Myers, and Cape Coral. Come, come, come.
Steven Tomatoes sports page. Come for the food, stay for the sports.
Almost half of all cyber attacks target small businesses. So get Comcast Business Security Edge on the largest, fastest, reliable network with speeds up to 10 gigs to the most small businesses. Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Comcast Business Internet required. Other restrictions apply.
Looking for a reputable HVAC service provider? 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating of Naples provides a high level of service and value to our clients. To learn more, visit onehourairnaples.com or call 855-1HOUR.
Yikes! $100? Paying that much is just a pain in the gas. Get to the gas payoff event at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral. Through Monday, buy a new Nissan and we'll pay for your fuel. Not just a tank, not just for a month, but for an entire year, your gas bill is on us. Plus, trade in your gas guzzler to a fuel-efficient new Nissan or a certified pre-owned Nissan. Sutherland Nissan has tons of models that get over 30 miles per gallon. As the #1 certified pre-owned dealer, you'll find the vehicle you're looking for and pay thousands less. And through Monday only, buy a new Nissan and pay zero for gas for the next year. Save when you buy, save on the road, and save on gas. Don't miss the gas payoff event through Monday only at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car megastore. Online at flnissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much.
See dealer for details.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
Spend time and money on spring break and enjoying the outdoors and save on your insurance. Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. Now is the time for spring cleaning. Cleaning up your policies and finding savings where you can. If spring means a move, a new car, or new drivers hitting the road, then consider us for help reevaluating coverage and costs. At Chapman Insurance Group, we can save you money for the same or better insurance coverage. Visit CIGFlorida.com, Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda. CIGFlorida.com.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the Drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
All right, here we go. Off and running. Time for the top 5 audio clips of the day. It's the 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Drew's 5 at 8:35. Number 5.
Director Young, Biden likes to say, show me your budget and I'll tell you your values. So let's see what Democrats really value. The word military appears 26 times in this budget, but gender, it's used 43 times in your budget. Equity, well, that's used 75 times. And climate is used 187 times in this budget. And Americans sure do understand what Democrat priorities are and their values. They know that the real cost of these woke policies and so-called values are impacting them. And the bill has come due for these bad Democrat policies. Proposing to spend trillions of dollars on more woke wants, not needs, is absolutely shameful. And really, you should be embarrassed to be testifying today and trying to defend this $5.8 trillion budget.
That is Representative Lauren Boebert at a House committee hearing with Biden's budget director, Shalonda Young, who wants to make sure that dollars are spent with socially disadvantaged companies. She's like, hey, well, I'm looking at the budget and $5.8 trillion, and there's a lot here on climate and gender equity issues and the like, and other things, and not so much. Then, so just trying to figure out what the priorities here. By the way, $5.8 trillion, $1.15 trillion in deficits. But what's a bunch of trillions between friends, right?
Number 4.
All that momentum that I felt, that sense of I don't have to be afraid to let's have these two characters kiss. Let's in the background. I was just wherever I could, just basically adding queerness to if you see anything queer in the show, I'm proud of them. But I just was no one would stop me, and no one was trying to stop me.
All right. So on a Disney all hands phone call, it was Christopher Rufo who was given this video of different Disney executives and activists talking about how, listen, because of the Don't Say bill, I can't say it because it's not allowed to be said in the state of Florida, that they're going to be pushing all kinds of issues and plots now for kids' cartoons, movies. Disney's going to start pushing the envelope. And they're going to be starting to add now a minimum of 50% of characters to be LGBTQIA. They are going to throw, she said, queerness all over the place. Just so you're aware that Disney's answer to what is the Parents' Rights and Education Bill, which says, hey, pre-K to third grade, sexual identity, sex, and gender identity, that's not something you should teach in a classroom. And of course, that's the hill that they want to die on. And instead of where they first were and said, we're not going to comment on this, we haven't done this, all of a sudden, the activists come out full force and they're like, oh, this is an awful thing, Disney says. Now they're going to double and triple down, and just be prepared for what will be a lot of Disney content that what would Walt think? I don't know.
Number 3.
Second question, I want to talk about Will Smith and Chris Rock. It's the biggest story right now. You saw the level of violence that was unleashed on Chris Rock. Is that something that the White House condoned, that type of violence? Do you condemn it? And do you do anything to support comedians who are being attacked and other artists? Thank you.
So I don't have any official comment from the White House on the altercation. I know the president was not able to watch the Oscars, didn't see it. So I don't have anything. I don't have any official comment from him or from the White House.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty confident that the president of the United States wasn't up watching the Oscars where Will Smith did the slap heard around the world and Chris Rock and everything else because he was probably sleeping. I mean, there's that, right?
Number 2.
And thus, the problem with white people. I'm just gonna stop for a second and pose so you can get your memes out. Okay, there we go. Get a good picture for your clickbaits. For however sincerely we want to reckon and listen, the truth is America has always prioritized white comfort over black survival. Black people have had to fight so hard for equality that they've been irreparably set back in the pursuit of equity.
Okay, so there's Jon Stewart. I'm told he's a comedian and does humorous bits. On his show, he does a segment called The Problem with White People, where he pretty much just reads off a piece of paper parroting critical race theory right there. And I know a lot of you are probably thinking the same thing that I'm thinking about Jon Stewart in that segment is Jon Stewart's got a show?
Number 1.
So where is it? The laptop.
Sir, I'm not here to talk about the laptop. I'm here to talk about the FBI cyber program.
You are the assistant director of FBI cyber. I want to know where Hunter Biden's laptop is. Where is it?
Sir, I don't know that answer.
Whoa. So there's Representative Matt Gaetz yesterday at a House Judiciary Committee hearing where they are talking to the assistant director of the FBI's cyber division protecting us from cyber attacks like from China and Russia and any place else on the globe. And we are set to trust these individuals in protecting our secrets, our vulnerabilities. No problem there. Except when Florida GOP Representative Matt Gaetz, doesn't matter how you feel about Matt Gaetz, decides to question him and say, hey, do you know where Hunter's laptop is? Because that's a problem. And he says, no, I have no idea where it is. And we're supposed to trust you?
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Again, that's a legitimate question. Like, we're supposed to trust the FBI's cyber division with the security of our cyber here in the United States, with all the things that we depend on, whether it's a pipeline or anything else. And we have the cyber division there in the FBI and the assistant director, Brian Vorndran, who can't tell us where Hunter Biden's laptop is.
Sir, the FBI cyber program is based off of what's codified in Title 18, or Title 18, Section 1030, a code which talks about computer intrusions, right, using nefarious intent.
Well, you've talked about passwords here. I mean, Hunter Biden's password on his laptop was Hunter02. He drops it off at a repair store. I'm holding the receipt from Max Computer Repair, where in December 2019, they turned over this laptop to the FBI. And what now you're telling me right here is that as the assistant director of FBI cyber, you don't know where this is after it was turned over to you 3 years ago.
Yes, sir, that's an accurate statement.
How are Americans supposed to trust that you can protect us from the next colonial pipeline if it seems that you can't locate a laptop that was given to you 3 years ago from the first family, potentially creating vulnerabilities for our country?
Oh, I can answer that. Oh, pick me. I can answer that. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, it's unfortunate what the alphabet bureaucracies have become in the United States, whether it's the FBI, the CIA, the NSA. I mean, it's a shame what has happened because they've become politicized. It's just a fact. See, Russiagate. This is where we are now. And so when there's a laptop that even Senators Chuck Grassley and Ron Johnson taking to the floor of Congress on Monday to lay out the considerable financial connections that they had found between Hunter Biden and oligarchs connected to foreign governments, including Ukraine and China, which would be a horrible thing if you consider that there's a financial link between communist Chinese government and Hunter Biden and James Biden that they were sharing with the American people and with the Senate. Bank records that they have in their possession. The oligarchs, Russian oligarchs from all different places, including Russia, Ukraine, China, that you would imagine that, I'm just throwing a hypothetical out there, that you would imagine that if somebody were to get their hands on it, like if it ends up in a place like Max's laptop repair in Delaware, and it's just sitting there, and he's like, hey, I got the hard drive, and then a lot of other people have the hard drive, and oh, by the way, so does Rudy Giuliani, and so does Matt Gaetz and a lot of other people, and that might even include countries that don't like us very much. I'm pretty sure they have possession of it as well. Suffice to say that if a country that doesn't like us and has what would be called compromising information on the president of these United States, the president of the United States, that could put us in a vulnerable situation like that country invading another country and then saying, hey, what you gonna do about it? Wait till the world finds out about all the dirt that we have sitting in our hands. You ain't gonna do nothing. I'm just saying that that is something that some people have mentioned. That would really be bad. But you don't know where it is. You don't know what's going on with it. And you're not going to talk about it. So Matt Gaetz is like, you know what? Let's get this in the record here, please.
You don't even know if they're compromised. Tell you what, Mr. Chairman, I seek unanimous consent to enter into the record of this committee the contents of Hunter Biden's laptop, which I'm in possession of.
I'm not.
There's no objection to that.
Jerry Nadler trying to figure out what to do now.
So I can't say no objection.
Come on, Jerry. Say something, Jerry Nadler, Democrat. Come on.
I've never had.
I will object pending further investigation.
What's the basis of that objection?
It's a unanimous consent request, and I object pending.
Very well, I have a subsequent question. Mr. Chairman, I seek unanimous consent to enter into the record the receipt.
It may very well be
from the Mac shop.
It may very well be entered into the record after we look at it further.
Very well, Mr. Chairman, I have a subsequent unanimous consent.
All right, it just gets crazier from there. So Matt Gaetz was able to enter into the congressional record Hunter Biden's laptop, the hard drive contents, and the receipt of the laptop being dropped off. Now, what happens next? That is up to a 22, or dare I say 23 Congress that will have the opportunity to put together committees and Republicans that could actually do something if they win the House and the Senate and are willing to do what would be the right thing to do for the safety and security of the American people and the United States, considering that there are cyber attacks that could happen at any minute. And oh, by the way, there are some alphabet bureaucracies that maybe are politicized to the point where they don't want to talk about these things, which are really important. Let's hope that we're able to get that. We'll see. All right, 239-479-5592 is the Brett AC talk and text line. All right, I'll just go to a quick call and then we'll wrap it up here. Chris is in Fort Myers. Hey, buddy.
Hey, Drew. I just want to make a comment real quick on the teacher that doesn't feel trusted because of the parental rights bill.
Yeah, in case people missed it, here's a little snippet of what he's talking about. It's a gay teacher that went on to MSNBC to complain about the Don't Say bill in the state of Florida. I can't say the word, so he said...
Yeah, it's twofold. It really hits hard in my heart professionally and personally, both. Professionally, it truly makes me feel like I am not trusted as a professional.
Okay, so... He's not trusted as a professional because nothing in the curriculum talks about, and there is no curriculum that talks about teaching kids gender identity in classrooms. Well, go ahead.
Basically, the kind of my thought of it is when I walk into a store, any store, and everybody's seen the sign that says shoplifters will be prosecuted. They're not accusing me of shoplifting. They're just saying if you decide to break our rules, there are going to be consequences for it. There's nothing in the curriculum maybe that talks about anything like that. But what the bill is saying is if you decide to take it upon yourself and teach that there's going to be consequences. And I think that's somebody that's just trying to make a victim out of themselves.
Yeah.
So that was just kind of my comment and just a thought that I had.
No, I appreciate that, Chris. Thanks for the call. I appreciate it. Again, 239-479-5592. Yeah, and then after the MSNBC host talked about how I know everything about my teachers. I know all about their life and how many kids they have and everything else, which I asked the question, is that true? Like, it's been a long time since I've been in school, but when I was in school, people didn't even know the teacher's first name, let alone what they had for breakfast, their relationships, how many kids they have, where they live, what car they drive. I would see them in the supermarket and say, hey, there's Mr. Johnson. Well, that's a shock. But the MSNBC host is like, oh, we know everything about our teachers. You do? And to that, he says
that I am not going to be able to have these conversations with my children because they're going to ask me what I did on the weekend. I don't want to have to hide that my partner and I went paddleboarding this weekend.
Well, nobody's saying you have to hide it. That's not even part of what's in the bill. It's about teaching it in the classroom. You want to have a conversation. I mean, you're going to have a conversation outside of the classroom. It's going to happen. Nobody is saying anything like that. We're talking about teaching it. So you're bringing up something that doesn't exist.
Because then they ask, well, what does partner mean, Mr. Bernard? And, I'm worried. Can I tell them what it means?
Well, here's a thought. You could say, ask your parents. Just putting that out there. What's a partner? Ask your parents. No, I'm asking you. Oh, hey, look at the time. Listen, you ask your parents about that, and I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Lots of math homework. Is that a bad thing to say?
I'm also worried for my kids. I have a little girl this year who has two moms, and the kids are curious about her two moms. They want to know about her two moms. If they go to her and ask her about her two moms, and she doesn't know what to say, they're going to come to me.
Okay, this is about. So what the teacher, I guess, is saying is we have to teach it in the classroom. Otherwise, they're not going to know. But I just thought you said that they're not going to be teaching it, that there's no curriculum. No, but we have to. But there's no curriculum. But so we can't teach it, but we have to teach it. Oh, what a conundrum. You could leave it to the parents. You could not talk about that at all. But what if they bring it up? I don't know. They're 5. Change the subject. Talk about brownies. Talk about lollipops. Talk about Disney movies. Well, maybe I don't know. Maybe that's a stretch. Okay. Talk about Nike shoes. Well, there is that issue with Nike and Uyghurs and the slave labor and all that. Maybe don't talk about those. I don't know. Figure something out. Okay. We got to go. Friday, I humbly ask that you would be with us at Oaks Farm Seed to Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road in Naples, 6 to 9 a.m. We're doing a live broadcast as we do each and every first Friday of the month. But this Friday is super extra special because we have not one but 2 World War II veterans that we're going to have sort of a surprise birthday party, as much as a surprise as we can possibly make it, with you hearing about it now and spreading the word that they're going to be showing up at 8 o'clock a.m. And we would love for you to be there before, just to wish them a very happy birthday, and certainly living history and heroes right in front of us, turning 100. We just happen to have 2 in Southwest Florida. Quite amazing. And I just thought we have to do something special. If we can all just get together to just be together and wish them a happy birthday, I think that would be incredible. So would you consider that? Friday, Oaks Farm Seed to Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road in Naples. All right, we've got to go. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
Right here. We're 92.5 Fox News. And we've been right all along.
At Rock Solid Countertops and More, $9.99 gets it